Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan, pleasure to be here with you on this this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Let's get our heads right today. I am as guilty as the next person. Need to get my head right for sure. And I need to get this microphone fixed so that it will stay up. It's very limp. It's like a limp D in my face the whole time. Must be what Mrs. Woods feels like. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul. He's Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer. Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. It was right there. I mean, it was right there. All right. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us. I just got a whelp. That's how we're starting today.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's right there. It's low-hanging fruit.
Very low.
Well, in this case, it's low-dangling fruit. This thing, I swear to God. How you doing?
I am. I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic.
I mean, not perfect. I still need to finish up those taxes before tomorrow.
What?
Well, I've got them done. I just need to get them signed and turned in.
Why would you? You waited till isn't it today?
Tomorrow,
the 15th.
Tomorrow, yeah.
You waited till the last day?
Well, I just got them back from my accountant a couple of days ago. So,
Paul, you got yours done, didn't you?
Yesterday.
Well, oh my God, you guys! I had no idea I worked with such procrastinators. Saying this is the man who actually doesn't have to do his own taxes; his wife does them. So, I can't believe you losers.
I do it every year. I wait. I don't know why I wait through the month of January because it's so easy to just go online, go to your dashboard or
crank it out
portal or whatever, and print off your W-2s. Even though they'll send them to you at some point in the month of January, you're waiting for them to send over from work. Then I'm like, well, we got fantasy camp, gone for a week.
Spring
training. All right, now it's spring training's over.
Here.
Now I got some time to kind of get my my adult life together, and then it's like, oh crap, I got to get ready for opening day. And I'm like, hey, I should probably finish my taxes.
So in my case, in the last few years, a couple of times, I have been on the ball, done all the printing, sent it off, and then got them prepared, and then something else came in the mail that I didn't realize they needed, and then we had to amend them and start over again. So I decided, why not wait and make sure I've got everything before
That's a savvy
sending
move.
it off.
Yeah.
But that, of course, means we push it right up to the deadline.
I know,
But the deadline's the deadline. You get them in by the end of business tomorrow. You're good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So
I always think like, all right, I got, my W-2s, I got my wife's W-2s.
Yep.
Like, I think we got everything. And then you're like, oh crap, there's some insurance form is getting sent.
Some medical,
you gotta wait for that to get there.
There's that medical form that my wife asks me for every year, and I go, I don't know. Where do I get it? She's like, the same place that you got it last year. Go to your dashboard at work. I go, I don't know how. Let me call Ben.
Woods can't even take a day off.
I don't know how to take a day off.
PTO, much less print things from the work dashboard.
Let's make it more difficult at this place to take a day off. You guys know it's like an act of Congress to get a day off here, to actually submit through. There's 3 different screens you have to go to. There's different forms. I saw the form has now changed. Again, delete this and download this.
Yeah.
This is not hard. This is not hard. It should not be this hard.
How do we do it in the old days? You send
I swear to God, you sent an email and then it sent back approved. And that was it. And then your boss would go, all right, let me update the calendar so everybody knows you're gone. And then you're good. It is a painstaking process at this place to take a day off.
I think that's true just about everywhere.
It could be. I mean, this is the only place I've been in the last 8 years. I will tell you this, though. There was a day we were taking off that now I'm not taking off. So I need to make sure I get that credit back. What does that process look like?
At Channel 10, we actually have 2 full day off dashboards. Like you have the first dashboard, like the initial process, and then the second one for HR purposes after it's already been approved and accounted for. It's a complex procedure to take one day off nowadays.
Do they do that on purpose to discourage
Maybe.
it? For you go, you know what?
It's not worth it. I'll just show up.
I could have used a mental health day, but I don't know how to do it. Ben's not answering his phone, so I'll just stay. I'll just work. We'll just work. I totally just absolutely rat-effed Paulie, too, on this whole thing because Ben's going out of town. I was going to Mexico City. So Paulie's like, well, I'm not coming in by myself. And so Paulie's like, I'll take the day off. But you weren't going out of town. He is.
We were going to do a best of
Maybe I
show.
was.
We were going to do a
but,
best of, right? So
Wait, so do I not get as much vacation because I don't go on as much vacation? Like, why do you have to go somewhere to take time off?
you don't. You absolutely don't.
You don't.
But the problem is now.
Like, if you go on 4 trips and you take 4 vacations, and I only had one or two vacations,
right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you get the time.
Here's the thing. We have an unspoken rule. We don't do what we won't do is we rarely take time off at the same time. This was one of the rare occasions
I'm just being difficult
that it's ever happened, right? But what I didn't want to do is Paulie's like, well, I already took the day off. I'm going to do it. So then it's me in here with Adam. I did that one time, once. I'd rather him fire me than ever do that again. I'd rather sell cookies on the side of the road than come in here and do a 4-hour show with that guy again.
Cookies that you're baking
that
yourself?
I made. Yes.
Okay.
I'd literally rather be a cookie road salesman than come in and do a 4-hour show with that cat again. It will never happen again. On God. If Paulie's like
the white chip macadamia, that's a great choice.
If Paulie calls in, he's like, I know I don't have a gallbladder.
Snickerdoodles here, snickerdoodles.
If Paulie calls in and he's like, my kidney exploded, and then you call, you're like, I can't make it, my car won't start. I'll be like, cool, I quit. It's not happening. I did it once. I was MFing both of you guys that whole show. How dare you leave me in here with them? How dare you? We
told you.
He doesn't pay attention at all. So you're just in here rambling to yourself over and over and over. I almost grabbed the sports page and was like, let me read you Kirk Kenny's article in its entirety. And he's just over there with his hoodie on, playing on his computer. I was like, it gives me like the heart attack to think about. So literally no offense, Adam, whatsoever. But so now I have to re-add that day off into
undo the day off request that you made already. Yes.
And then the unintended consequence of when you take a day off here is you listening right now, whatever you do, more than likely you send in your time off request form. Your manager gets it. He says, approved. That's the last you hear about it. Here, it's a 40-day testimony on why you need it, where you're going. Is it possible to still work? I mean, we get dragged through we'll get a text. Do you really have to take the day off? What? You can't ask me that question. Am I lying? Am I exaggerating here?
Have I cut you off or have any of us stopped you?
Has anybody stopped me here? I'm just the only one with the balls to say it.
I have
It's a
gotten the
40-day questionnaire.
And I'm usually more on Adam's side than you are, but the question, do you really have to take the day off?
It's
is not
excruciating.
one you want to get from your boss.
No,
this is just helpful advice to Adam Klug. Don't ask, do you really have to take the day off?
I mean, I've got it in my phone if you guys want to see it. It's it's like everything. It's everything. It's that. It's yes, I submitted some receipts.
Nick says, I've got to know, is Adam the best boss of all time or the worst?
He's the best.
And that's true.
Because you couldn't you probably can't drag your boss, Nick, like we can.
Yeah.
And right now he's just rolling his eyes. If he's awake, I have no idea. But I don't know how much he listens to Ben and Woods.
Hey, can you shut the hell up?
That's so good. Oh. It's so good. But it's true. It's true. It's a whole. You send that. You click submit, and then you just start to sweat, and you're like, "Why am I getting grief for this? I'm entitled to."
What's the answer to the question? Do you have to take the day off? Well,
that's why
I asked for it.
I'm also next time I do go on vacation, I will actually be on a safari in the middle of nowhere with no cell phone service.
You won't be.
Well, as far as Adam knows,
as far as he knows, yes.
I just love them, and I keep going a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, my phone doesn't work.
Yeah, they're bad service down here in Antarctica. It's very, very difficult.
But the follow-up to the whole procedure is after we think we have it all dialed in, and then the day approaches. And, we had asked for this a month and a half ago.
Right.
And you get to the day, and still no one seems to have any idea. Where's Ben? Well, he had this to do. He has this commercial to record. Where is he? Well, That's why we put in 17 forums that we were going to take the day off. Why does no one know that we're taking the day off?
It's so true, man. It's every single time. It's every single time. You're just a wreck. So
it's always the day you're off too.
It's always.
Like Ben will take what is
Like
it? Wednesday and Thursday,
and Friday. Yeah.
So like that Thursday, somebody will be like, "Hey, I need Ben to record this 60-second spot."
No
for
one needed you for the previous 3 weeks while
Right.
you were here, but the day you are gone,
And I just go, does anybody
they need
listen
you
to
for
the show?
everything.
He's the best, man. He's the best. And it's like clockwork. The thing that, he's very consistent. It's tough to have a boss that's inconsistent. Like that's real. It's tough to have any friend, partner, whatever it may be that's inconsistent. Like I never know your moods. You know exactly what you're going to get from that guy every single time. I can tell you with certainty what's going to happen his reaction when I give an action. I know exactly what his reaction will be 99% of the time.
Predictable,
which is great. And you know what else? There's another word for that. Consistent.
Yeah.
He's just consistent. And it just kills me. So that day I'll be here, me and Paulie. Paulie, I'm sorry. I really crushed you on that. It's my fault. Just probably looking forward to that Friday off. I was too, but it was going to be a travel day for me, but we're not traveling now.
We'll just get a couple of hobby boxes. We'll rip them on the air that morning. We can tell everybody all the cool cards that we pull.
We can do some.
I won't be here to stop you. That's true.
That's true. We get to do whatever we want. I'm sure there'll be a prank call in there or two. We've got some great new material for a prank call. That's for sure.
Jim says, I'm getting serious Office Space vibes. You're not far off.
Well, ours is a little different. We don't sit in cubes all day.
Right.
So he's not, if he was in here, like, hey, don't talk about that. Like, that would be really tough.
Yeah, Seven says, but your boss takes vacation anytime they want, no questions asked.
Yeah, they also get every Monday and Friday off.
I don't know
too,
if that's true or not, if like their boss above them says something about it. But I know that when Adam says he's going to be gone for a day or two, my reaction is, good for you. Take some time off. Good. I'm glad you're getting away for a couple of days.
Purple says, how do viewers sign up for a day off if you're going to be ripping cards all show? I mean, it's, the best part about this is you don't have to listen. It's a free service that we provide. Now, Purple, you're going to be here no matter what we do. So you don't even have to play those games with me. We probably won't rip cards live, but
if you miss that show, you're going to miss fun stuff. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. So many things happen completely unplanned. We don't work ahead at stuff like, I don't know, this moment from yesterday that I thought about
all day
long.
Me too.
My Instagram feed was peppered this weekend with young women. Glad I amused you two so much.
It
was true.
It's not just
just
us you amuse. It's the entire metro area of San Diego. It's not just me and Paulie.
I thought about it all day.
Me too. It's the peppered.
And I thought about there's just the perfect pause in between my Instagram feed was peppered with, and I thought to my head in that split second where he paused, I said to myself, whatever his next words are probably going to be funny.
It's going to be elite. Whatever
but
it is.
I wasn't expecting him to say young women.
It is. Once more, please.
My Instagram feed was peppered this weekend with young women.
It sounds, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like my Instagram feed this weekend was peppered with Masters content, and Paulie went in and put in young women. That's what it sounds like.
No,
that's not what happened.
I would have loved Masters content. They were just telling me what Coachella outfits they were going to be wearing.
So good. It does. Purple says it sounds stitched. It does. One more time.
All that is because I shortened the gap in between him saying
this weekend with.
There was like a twice as long gap, so I kind of shortened it just for the drop.
My Instagram feed was peppered this weekend with young women.
But the next words out of his mouth were young women. And I lost my mind. I shorted out a little bit.
I loved it, man. I loved it. Everyone have how did your Muay Thai go?
So I had a good day. Went out, spent actually the day, and I'm glad I get to do this once in a while. Not in the office at all. I went in for 5 minutes, grabbed my stuff, my camera gear, and off to the North County to do a couple of stories. First, I did a story on an off-road racer Brock Hager. Met him at his garage up in Vista.
What better reporter to do it?
I know, but I learned a lot. Like Dakar, the rally, the race that they do in the Middle East, I didn't even realize it. It's 13 days, 5,000 miles. They don't get like a phone or anything to like know where they're going. Like 5 minutes before the race, here's where you're going.
What?
And they have a navigator. They got to figure it out based on like mountains and landmarks. They're just driving through like the absolute. Oh, completely.
I'd be dead. I have
I said, do people like get lost? And they go, oh yeah.
I have no sense
They
of direction.
get completely lost in the desert, and they got to go find them.
Like if I asked you right now, Ben, which way is north? Do you have any idea?
Do I know which way is north?
Which way is north?
North is like that way.
And south is here?
No, that's east. North is that way.
It's hard. There's no.
I'm looking at
all
I
the
see
windows
the
are
freeway.
closed, yeah.
The freeway is going.
Freeway is
along
east
that
of
way.
us, directly east of us.
East
So the
of
freeway
us,
like
but
that
which way is
right?
north?
So if that way's east, that way's west, north is that way, and south is that way. Yeah, Paulie's kind of right.
See, we'd be dead. I mean, absolutely. So what do they give you?
But I mean, I wouldn't know that if I was just
They give you
placed
like a
somewhere
little,
random.
like
compass?
a book, and you have a navigator, and you just
what is
go.
a navigator?
Like the guy who sits in the seat.
Oh,
next
there's
to
like
you.
a
he's trying to
literal
figure it out.
navigator.
You're the driver.
It's the
he's
worst job of all
navigator.
time.
He's
And they're
more
on
like-
motorcycles?
These are like UTVs, like off-road vehicles,
Okay.
like four-wheel off-road with the cage and everything.
Okay.
But his class, he wins like every race now. So it was nice to meet him.
Badass.
Did that story. Then I actually, since I was staying up there, met my son for lunch and had maybe my favorite new burger in San Diego.
Really?
Yeah.
Bold statement.
I know. And I was shocked. It was so good. It's a place called Copper Kings in San Marcos. And it was one of the most elite
Copper
burgers.
Kings?
Copper Kings burgers.
Did you get it on your app?
Yeah, I just saw, recommended burger and I went and tried it. It's near the bowling alley behind a Dogtopia. But man, was that a good burger. Great fries, like the best burger sauce I think I've ever had. It was fantastic. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
As Mudcat likes to say. And then went to Kickboxing Studio to meet Maddie Kaufman, 13-year-old 8th grader. She is maybe, 88 pounds sopping wet. The absolute toughest Muay Thai fighter under 100 pounds female in North America. I mean, she is badass.
Was she like showing you her tricks and stuff?
She did all her moves with her coach and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you would never imagine it.
Right.
She walks in, she looks like nothing. Just walks in.
Just
and then she puts
unassuming.
she puts on the gloves, and it is elbow, kick, elbow. I mean,
How old is she? 13?
she is 13.
Wow.
She can't. There's no one for her to fight in this country. Her coach said
Really?
that she is so good.
Oh my God.
She'll fight up weight classes, but you're not really allowed to go more than 5 pounds above yourself unless you're in like the state of Delaware because of the rules. So she really has almost no one to fight. So she's going to Greece to fight internationally.
Is it all
Good
Is it all
God.
weight even
It's
at
all-
that age?
it's all weight
or
even
is
at
it
that
age
It's weight
as
Yeah.
well?
That's
She could fight a 16-year-old if they
If they were the same weight, but
Okay.
that's awesome.
yeah.
And kind of awful. Imagine like you're a 16-year-old pitcher and they're like, he's not allowed to play in any league.
There's nobody in this
There's
country
no one
that
in
can
this
hit
country
him.
that can hit him.
So
he has to go to the minor leagues. He's 16 years old or whatever. Like, can you imagine?
I asked her, so how many days a week are you here in the gym training? And she goes 6. And her mom says, and then on Sunday she still trains. She just doesn't come into the kickboxing studio. And she trains all the young, like even younger junior kids.
that's
She's one of the
so
teachers
rad.
now too.
Oh.
So really good story. I think that's going to air today on Channel 10. But
No, you did not let her.
I did not let her kick me in the face. No.
What about in the arm?
Nowhere. I did not
Nothing.
let her kick me anywhere.
So
The
weak.
leg.
So weak.
She would have done a lot of damage.
Why would anybody that has kids, you're like, you think to yourself, man, I don't know. Would I want my child to be that dedicated? And then I think you're like, yeah, if that's their passion and they're already that dedicated, that's going to set them up for success later. Bo asked me last night, he goes, Dad, do you think I work hard enough? And I go, what'd you do today when you got home from school? He goes, went out and played baseball with my friends. I go, yes, you worked hard enough. Like, you don't have to be throwing bullpens and doing, dumbbell lunges at 8 years old. I said, bro, you're playing every day. You're throwing, you're hitting, you're catching, you're doing some sort of activity. You're rarely sedentary. I said, I wouldn't worry too much about it, man. You're doing great. So
Yeah, I worried when she said how much she trains. Like, do you have
Are you
time
gonna-
for a life?
are you
And
gonna
she likes hanging
burn
out with her
out?
friends. She says, but yeah, she works really hard. But she loves it. She just absolutely seems to love it.
man, that's so badass. That's awesome. What was her name again? Give her another shout
Maddie
out.
Kaufman.
Maddie
Yeah.
Kaufman
Yeah.
and Brock Hager. And you were all over the place.
Yeah, no Padres game yesterday, so I decided to branch out and get out of the station and do a couple of different stories. It was fun.
We had the boys' wellness check yesterday, so we had to go. We went to the doctor. The whole family piled in the room and got the.
Do they do still at the pediatricians where you have the sick side and the well side? I remember when I used to go and take the kids, you'd have two different doors. One was for
sense.
the
The
sick
sicklies,
entrance, and one for the well entrance.
Yeah, I think they've banned that. You know,
Shaming the sick people.
I
by
think so.
Making them use a separate door.
Well, the
But
kids,
it also kind of makes
it
some
does
sense.
make sense.
It does.
But again, it's like they
For
just came-
pediatrician, when like you have to bring kids for routine, regular checkups when they're healthy,
Yeah.
like you don't typically as an adult go to the doctor's office a ton if you're completely healthy.
right, the wellness check.
And if you do have to go when you're healthy, you don't want to be in a room full of people. You
Yeah,
just
dude.
hear sneezing, coughing.
they don't have that one anymore. But we did. The worst sick person I saw in there was actually one of the moms who was literally hacking up a lung
Oh no.
the whole time we were waiting. All the kids in there were just chilling. Like, couldn't have been better. We get those dudes back there, and of course they're locked in a room, banshees. Bo was actually helping. They had Taylor come out and do the eye test to make sure you get in. Bo was behind him going, oh, gee. You can't give him the answers to the test, dude. He goes, so he walks again. I go, hey, you can't give him the answers. And he goes, well, I don't think he knows all the letters.
Did you cheat on your eye test?
He goes, I don't think he knows all the letters. And I go, he knows all the letters. He goes, well, I don't want him wearing glasses.
Oh my god.
He laid.
I don't want to be the older brother who
of
has
the
the
kid.
nerdy younger brother in glasses.
So he's like, Taylor, can you read the third line?
Yeah.
And Bo's just like,
OPFGOL.
was Taylor repeating them?
Yeah, yes. So good, dude. And he goes, yeah, but I don't want him wearing glasses. I go, bro, come on, give me a break. It was so good, man. It was so funny. And then they did, of course, we have to check the area, the private area. And they're laughing so hard. I start laughing. I'm like, why am I laughing in here? But Taylor's looking at me, and as she's, okay, everything's good. And he's dying, and Bo is crying, laughing. I was like, I can't come to these anymore. I really can't. Bunch of 6-year-olds in there.
All of you just dying laughing.
So good. The doctor's like,
Jesus.
all right, wrap it up, guys. It was unreal. It was unreal. So that was our day yesterday. That was the highlight of our day, the wellness check. Oh man, let's get going on a Tuesday.
Get going to where is the question.
Good question.
First
Talk some ball.
first time in a while we don't have a Padres grap up or crap up.
We've got no Nicky P news for you.
Yeah, I know everyone was hoping that
Oh,
there'd
that just
be
killed
something.
our whole 6:30 segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, I actually reached out. I did a little legwork yesterday as the studious reporter that I am, and I got nothing in return. So that's.
Did you know though? There were 9 multi-homer games in Major League Baseball yesterday. That was just one short of the all-time record.
Did you see the list of guys that also haven't hit a home run?
Oh,
Like
no.
Fernando Tatis Jr.?
I know is on that list. I'm curious to know who else is still on that
It
list.
absolutely made me feel better when I read it.
All right, we can get into some other baseball talk and more as we get started. We'll set the menu for an Incorporator Tuesday as well. Glad to have you with us, Tier 1's Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's
Woods has got his list of players who still do not have a home run in Major League Baseball.
Unless one of these guys yacked one last night.
I know someone who came off the list last night.
Do
Former
you?
Padre Trent Grisham.
Oh.
Two of them, actually.
He had 2 bombs last night. All right, scratch him off.
You
then.
know,
He had two?
He had two.
I
He
saw
was one of
Judge had two.
9 different players had 2 yesterday.
And
Yeah.
Trout had two. All,
Yeah, all
just
the
in that
same
game,
game,
though.
yes.
That game.
The Diamondbacks,
Wow.
the Diamondbacks had 2 players who hit 2 home runs and lost in their game. It was a weird night in Major League Baseball. We'll talk all about it coming up here in just a couple of minutes with no Padres game today. And again, probably expecting some sort of update on Nick Pivetta when Craig Stammen maybe meets with the media around 3:00 before the first game of the series against the Seattle Mariners this afternoon from Petco Park. So
Grisham hit a 3-run pinch hit home run and then hit a game-tying 2-run
It was a
homer.
wild game last night between the Yankees and the Angels.
I got to be honest, man. We shut it down pretty early. I didn't even watch Dodgers Mets, which I had planned to, and I was just
You didn't miss much.
I was exhausted. I just was like, I'm shutting it down.
You missed
tonight.
Justin Robleski
Dominating.
nearly pitch a Maddox. They took him out in the 9th. Didn't need combined with Tanner Scott less than 100 pitches to shut out the Mets.
Mets
on 2 hits.
stink.
Yeah, it was.
That's 6 in a row for them, right?
Yeah, 2 shutouts in a row. They have been playing very badly. So we will talk some baseball coming up. Bennett Woods is brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. 7:00 hour. Don't do this at 7:20. And then in our 8:00 hour, Jesse Agler will join us as the incorporator, get his thoughts on the Padres start. It's crazy. A week ago, we were still wondering, is this team going to figure it out? Now
We were encouraged a week ago after the
They took
series against
two out of
the
three from
Red
Boston.
Sox.
2 out of 3, maybe a little. Okay, we were hoping that was a sign that things were turning around.
Going into
We
the
got-
Boston series, it wasn't great.
We got bodied by
But like last week when they came out with all the power rankings, the Padres were like 18th and 20th and 15th.
now they're like 5th.
The third, NBC, third,
They don't matter.
Fox. It doesn't matter, but like
They don't matter.
that's how quickly sentiment changes early in the season.
It's almost like winning games is better than losing.
Certainly
games,
is. But it can, you have one bad week and you just drop right back.
Yep.
But it's changed completely. We'll get Jesse's thoughts coming up at 8:35. Give him his incorporator word for later today. I'll guess I'm Ben Woods up here on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. Paulie's got a Reindl Report, new Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class we can talk about in the 9:00 hour as well. Just any surprises quickly.
No, I was just very pleased. Many bands that I love and admire made it in.
Including your beloved
including right here.
Oasis. There he is.
Very,
Liam
I'm
Gallagher.
very excited. Very excited.
Boy, he changed his tune.
Who, Liam?
Yeah.
Hey, he's the bit master. I would consider going.
To their induction.
I don't know if you're allowed. You know how you can go to Cooperstown to
Right.
see Tony Gwynn get in? I don't
Get a
know that you're
spot
allowed
on the
to.
lawn. And
All right,
just-
I'm here. Here we go. Let's
just
see these
watch.
guys get in. I think it's probably invite only. Is my guess.
Don't they put on a show though? And it's
I mean that's
it's
why
broadcast
it's
like
invite only. But yeah, you
Yeah.
can watch the show.
They like record it and air it like a month later.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to go.
when does that happen?
I have no idea. Throwing it out there. Sure, the wife would be pleased about that. I'm off to
Do those
Cleveland.
events? I mean, they have to have they need like some
Fans?
filler or something. Like standing,
They don't just sell
Standing
tickets like it's a
crowd?
concert.
I don't think they
or is it
sell
free?
tickets. No, I would love to go though.
or is it more like a TV show? Like TV shows have audiences.
Yeah,
and-
live studio audience,
Yeah.
like a lottery or something.
Yeah,
that
I
you
don't
get in. I don't know why I just said that like I'm from Boston.
A lottery.
I have no idea. As soon as I said it, I go, "What? Are you from Southie? What just happened?" Lottery.
Mikey, Ricky, Danny, Terry, Mikey, Davey, Timmy,
I
Tommy,
just
Joey,
slipped
Robbie, Johnny, and Bobby.
I just slipped into. Hey, good morning. How are you? It's like a lottery or something. Oh, I know what it's from. I know exactly what it's from. A lottery. I was rewatching the show on HBO called Crashing, about a comedian who's trying to make his way, and he's run on some hard times, and he ends up crashing on people's couches. And Bill Burr is one of the guys. I watched the Bill Burr episode last night, and it's just all of them be like, "Hey, what's up? How are you? Good to see you. What are you kidding? What are you like?" I mean, I slipped right into it, so I apologize.
It's all right.
I'll try not to do that again.
But let's start with some baseball talk. We will get to that right after a check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured, demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Aller.
This report is brought to you by the Caltrans Stormwater Program. Visit cleanwaterca.com. Loaded up on the 8 eastbound at Waring Road with a collision in the center divider. And then after that, a little bit further east at Lake Murray Boulevard, there's a stall partially blocking the exit ramp.
Welcome to Trash Talk. Our guest, Chip Bag. What's up, Chip?
Been on the road a lot.
That's not where you belong.
Right, because then litter gets in our waterways.
Let's change this.
Put me in the bin. That is where I belong. Visit cleanwaterca.com.
From the Caltrans Stormwater Program.
So the reason I brought up Trent Grisham in particular is I also saw a tweet yesterday before the game that Trent Grisham, even though he had 0 home runs, has lowered his strikeout rate, has increased his hard hit rate to like 63%, just hitting the ball up the middle into a lot of outs right now. But you'd expect that would turn around, and all of a sudden ends up with 2 home runs yesterday. I think the reason we're talking about this is that Fernando Tatis Jr. is on your list of players that still have 0 home runs after the first 2 plus weeks of the season.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday. And again, I'm sure someone will correct me if I missed any of these last night. I'll take Trent Grisham off the list since he hit 2. Jack Caglione is a guy for the Royals. They were expecting 15 to 20 home run power. He is, I think he debuted last year, but this is like he's in the lineup every day for Kansas City, and he does not have one yet. Vinny Pasquantino, also a Royal.
Really?
The Pasquatch does not have a bomb yet this season. Bobby Witt Jr., who's also, that's the middle of their lineup, essentially.
I saw a Bobby Witt Jr. stat yesterday.
Oh, yeah. It's insane. It's
he has been stranded on base 97% of the time. So 30 times on base, 1 run scored.
His OBP, so he's hitting second for their team. His OBP is 371. He has 8 steals, and he has scored just 1 run so far. You want to talk about offensive futility, Ben. Jack Caglione, Vinny Pasquantino, and Bobby Witt Jr. That is probably 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5 in their order, I would guess. 0 home runs between the 3 of them. I mean, that is as bad as it gets. Josh Naylor
got 2 of them yesterday.
Josh did.
Yes.
All right, so he's off the list.
Off the list
Trent
with 2 of them.
is off. Naylor's off. Fernando Tatis Jr. Jarren Duran, no bombs yet this year. Jazz Chisholm promised a 50-50 season. He has 0 home runs. Francisco Lindor, very, very highly paid player for the New York Mets, has 0. Byron Buxton with 0. And this one surprised me as well. Atlanta Braves third baseman Austin Riley does not have a tater yet this year.
I saw some Austin Riley concern. Someone said, is he just a guy now?
I saw that too.
But, Naylor got 2. Grisham got 2. And Tatis is hitting the ball hard, and I feel like, the leaders, I think Jordan Walker has 8, and then no one else has more than 6 right now. I could see Tatis getting 6 in like a good week because he's hitting the ball hard.
Sweet.
You're not worried. Sweet. You're worried about him then? So you are worried about him. I'm not really worried at all about Fernando Tatis Jr.
I'm worried about him hitting 6 home runs in a week. Yes. I just could it happen?
I think
when's the last time
I think
happened?
A tiny little bit of lift to the ball. I mean, he's hitting so many exit velocities over 100 that it's not going to take much for him to start hitting home runs. Just like Trent Grisham, gets 2. When they come, they could come very quickly for Fernando Tatis Jr. Now, he certainly struggled last year. He had that month where he didn't hit one last year. It looks worse when it comes right at the beginning of the season because you're sitting on that 0 for a while, but it's not unusual for Fernando to go a couple of weeks without a home run, especially when he's not hitting the ball in the air.
Yeah, again, when's the last time he ripped off, that many in a week? I have no idea. What did he end up last year with?
22 or 3, I think.
20. Yeah, 27. No,
that was Manny.
No, 25. 25 bombs in the year 25. So, he's got some work to do, certainly. But I don't know. Maybe this isn't what he is now. Maybe he is just going to be a guy that scorches the ball and goes gap to gap. And
since 2021, when he had 42 home runs,
he's hit 21,
then he had the suspension,
25.
the injury, all that. Since then, it's 25, 21, and 25.
To me, it's an issue on trajectory and backspin, not His bat speed's fine. His exit velocity is good.
He's
If you
hitting it
can
hard.
do those things, you can hit home runs.
Eric Hosmer had the exact same thing.
Yeah.
The exact same thing. But he hit the ball into the ground.
And he had a couple of seasons where he did hit home runs
Yeah.
when he lifted the ball. At the end, he never lifted the ball again. If Fernando Tatis Jr. cannot get the ball in the air ever again, that's a problem.
But 3 years is also not a small sample size. Three
Correct.
straight seasons of 25, 21, and 25. This might be who
It's also
he is.
not bad.
25. That's my point.
Yeah.
25 to 30 home runs. Like he finished 7th or 8th in MVP votes last year.
Yeah.
Like he can still be a very productive, and he's still a bargain at $24 million.
Right.
Without hitting 44. Now, I love home runs. I would love to see Fernando get back to 40 home runs. I just don't know if that's him anymore. And we have 3 years now of a sample size to kind of look at.
Yeah, plus, the incredible defense that he provides.
If he was 40, and then 30 and 25, I'd say, well, maybe he can get back to 40.
Hosmer hit
but, like,
12 in his last full season with the Padres, 151 games in 2021.
Yeah.
If Fernando hits 12, then I'm very concerned about where
I
his
don't think
trajectory
he's
is going.
Eric Hosmer level.
No.
yet.
No.
Like,
No, but that's, no launch, hits it hard. He's a little bit more gap to gap than Hosmer was. And he's been extremely unlucky so far this year. So, yeah, I'm not worried about. I'm worried that he's
a
not
demon on the base path.
Yeah,
still.
I'm worried that he's not going to be the home run hitter that everyone is going to lose their mind. Yeah, and that everyone's going to lose their mind about that. But I just want him to be a great baseball player, which I think he
already
is.
is.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah. I think he had a great year last year. I really do.
I'm not too worried about it. I'd love him to hit more home runs, and I think it's there for him. No, the pull side, if he gets it out in front, he's again. We showed you that metric last week. We talked about that metric. He's letting the ball 3 inches deeper than he kind of should be right now. So hence, a lot of oppo action.
Yeah. Brett, in looking up his Savant page, 98th percentile in exit velocity, first in hard hit percentage.
Yep.
First in baseball.
Keep doing that.
72.9% of the time. He hits the ball hard, which is over 95, I believe.
Keep doing that.
Those are hard enough to go out if you get them in the air. So 73% of the time, he's got home run power on his swing.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I mean, he could have 12 right now if he was putting the ball in the air.
Yep.
He's just not. He's hitting the ball line drives.
Yep.
Which again,
It's hard to tell him to. It's hard to tell him to do anything differently. David said it's hard when you see him hit tanks in the WBC and nothing. Or David, the pitching in the WBC is a fraction of what the pitching in the big leagues is. I'm sorry. Yeah,
It's
you're
a hell
going to
of
have
a lot more like AAA.
It's a
than
lot
it
more
is
like
Major
double and
League.
triple A. Yeah, man.
even the top pitchers weren't in top form yet because
Right.
it was so early.
I bet
in
if Tatis started the
March.
year in AAA, he'd have more than 0 home
I bet
runs
he
right
would.
now.
I bet he would too.
It's just that's just the way it is. Like there are some good pitchers. There's some very good pitchers, some elite pitchers in the WBC, but the majority of them, it's AAA level.
Yeah, I think the question we're getting at is, do you ask him to make any changes or not?
I think you don't mess with it, man. You just let it roll, and you keep hitting the ball hard, dude. Good things are going to happen. It's the most overused adage of every coach at every level. Just keep hitting the ball hard, man.
And
You're fine. It's gonna fall.
if tomorrow or today you do what Trent Grisham or Josh Naylor did,
Then
and
you're
hit
off.
2 home runs,
You're
you
off the
feel like,
schneid.
all right, all of a sudden I'm within 4 of the National League lead or
Right,
whatever.
right.
It's like it doesn't take that long to get back into where why were we worried about this?
Right.
That's kind of crazy that we were talking about this a few days ago, because he's certainly in that category of exit velocity that the ball should go out of the park here soon.
Yeah, no question. So no, I'm not concerned about him. I love how he's been stinging the ball all around the ballpark. So again, the one place he needs to go is that left side Higgy Bank out there. He gets one out in front of Brian Wu, who's going to supply all of the power that you need. You get out in front of him on a heater, Benny. You could absolutely see one tonight.
The Seattle Mariners are the 3rd straight team to face the San Diego Padres on a winning streak.
Yep.
They mopped the Houston Astros with a 6-2 win yesterday afternoon to win their 4th straight.
Oh, Buxton got one yesterday.
The Buxton,
So he's off the list.
A lot of people getting off the list.
The list is shrinking now.
The question is, are the Mariners really getting hot, or are the Astros
Getting
just
cold.
ice cold? They've lost 8 in a row. It's their longest losing streak since 2013 when they lost 111 games before they got good and won a couple of World Series titles.
That was the tank year.
That was one of the tank years. They had multiple tank years back then. They are not pitching well. Their hitting has been okay for most of the season. I think average-wise, they're still either first or close to first, but their pitching has been really ragged. The Mariners had been hitting terribly, and then they ran into the Astros pitching and started scoring some runs. Will that heat up their bats, or will they cool off again when they immediately face San Diego Padres pitching, which has been quite a bit better, both starting wise with Michael King in the first game, Randy Vasquez in the second game, the bullpen rested and ready. Can they once again quiet down those Mariners bats starting today? Sometimes all it takes, though, is a series against a kind of a bad pitching team to get you going, get a little confidence. Josh Naylor sees a couple go over the fence, and they get hot. So we'll see what kind of Seattle Mariners team shows up tonight for the first game of the series.
I mean, guys, when you look at the Mariners lineup, yes, I realize that they had been underperforming until that series against Houston. Houston helped get them right, seeing it pretty well, hitting the ball pretty well, scoring a lot of runs. Their lineup's no joke. I mean, it is no joke.
They didn't accidentally get to Game 7 of the American League Championship Series last year.
And they added pieces. They added Brendan Donovan, who's now hits at the top of their order. They got a rookie in Cole Young as well that hits at the bottom of their order. And then it's stacked in the middle. Cal Raleigh, Julio, Josh Naylor, ex-Padre, you know what's coming. Randy Arozarena, Luke Raley, J.P. Crawford in the 7-hole. And then Dominic Canzone as the DH, maybe Mitch Garver as the DH. They're pretty deep. They're pretty deep, and they've got elite starting pitching. Now, I know their bullpen. The only guys I know in their bullpen are the former Padres, Munoz and Brash. Don't know what kind of seasons they're having so far, but I know that lineup is going to be tough to navigate.
Absolutely. Other teams, big offensive performances. Kyle Schwarber hit 2 yesterday. Yep. He's got 6 now. The Phillies beat the Cubs 13-7. Pete Alonso homer. Jeremiah Jackson had a grand slam and a solo home run. The Orioles beat the Diamondbacks 9-7, even though the Diamondbacks got 2 homer games from, I think, Nolan Arenado and Ketel Marte, and they still lost 9-7. The scary moment in that game, did you guys see Orioles new manager Craig Albernaz
God, dude,
take a line drive into the dugout right to his face? I mean, that's the scariest thing that can possibly happen. He is okay, they said after the game, but that was a scary moment yesterday.
I'd be out for 6 months. They'd lose me for 6 months. He got smoked.
He got absolutely smoked.
Torched by that thing.
You stake Paul Skeens to 16 runs, you're probably in good shape.
Yeah.
They did. They won 16-5 over the Nationals. Skeens gave up just 1 hit in 6 innings. It was a home run by C.J. Abrams.
Leadoff home run. I watched the game. I go, oh, man, Skeens. I watched some of it, and I go, oh, man, Paul doesn't have his good stuff today. It was 1 hit, and then he just started twirling. He's pretty nasty.
Mention the Wild Yankees-Angels game in the Bronx. Aaron Judge, Trent Grisham, Mike Trout, each hitting a couple of home runs. Grisham, Trout, game-tying shots, but it took a 3-run 9th inning for the Yankees to win it on a walk-off wild pitch at the end of the game, 11-10 in one of the crazier games so far in the season. The Marlins got a 10-4 win over the Braves. Agustin Ramirez hit a 3-run home run. Garrett Crochet had one of his worst, probably the worst outing of his career.
They're in the chamber.
Gave up 11 runs on 9 hits to the Minnesota Twins in a 13-6 loss for the Red Sox.
It's like they lost the lottery. With Garrett Crochet.
And the Twins, who are not expected to be contenders, have won 7 out of 8 here early in the season.
It's almost like it's very early.
Guardians beat the Cardinals 9-3, and Jake Berger hit 2 home runs. Part of the list yesterday is the Rangers topped the A's 8-1. As you mentioned earlier, the Dodgers shut out the Mets 4-0 on an Andy Pages 3-run home run, and Justin Robleski's 8 innings of 2 hit, 2 strikeout, no walk ball. The Mets just, as you said, are really struggling badly right now. And I think there's even some talk that Carlos Beltran is already on the hot seat. I mean,
Carlos Mendoza,
I'm sorry.
Carlos Beltran may be waiting in the wings.
Carlos Mendoza is already in the hot seat early in the season.
It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think it would be too early, but May or June comes around and they don't turn things around. They could certainly be one of the teams they're talking about making a change.
Every game in baseball hit the over yesterday, except for the Dodger game, which is insane. It's insane when that happens.
A lot of offense. All right, we'll come back. We got Don't Do This. More Padres talk ahead. Hour number 2, Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. Saw a little bit written about the Padres bullpen's only 8th right now in ERA, which is not bad.
We had some rough outings early.
Certainly
we'll skew
skewing those numbers.
Yeah,
Adrian Morejon's had a little bad luck. Jeremiah Estrada has not been.
He had a bad outing or two.
Good as expected, is now on the injured list. But I was just looking at some of the numbers, like from AAA, because remember how many guys had really good spring trainings, and you couldn't have room for all of them in the Padres bullpen. Like Alec Jacob, 7 1/3 shutout innings at AAA so far, just 4 hits allowed, 1 unearned run, 3 walks. I mean, he's been continuing what he did at spring training. If you needed to call him up, plus you still have. Yuki Matsui's rehabbing in AAA. Garrett Hawkins is off to a really good start. 0.00 ERA. There are other options if you needed length. Logan Gillespie had a really good spring training. I don't think he's off to as hot of a start at AAA. Plus, you had all those guys that didn't make the starting rotation that are still down there, like Marco Gonzalez, JP Sears, Tristan McKenzie, Jackson Wolf. There is depth if the Padres needed it at some point, but with Jason Adam back, I don't even know really what else you need to do. I'm pretty happy with
nothing. I mean,
Kyle Hart and Ron Marinaccio for
great.
Back end of your bullpen guys. Not perfect, but
Bradley's been fantastic,
really solid.
Like there's you're good. I mean, I think I'm hesitant to trade from a massive position of power, but that's what the San Diego Padres have, and when it pertains to relievers, they have a glut of relievers right now. Alec Jacob should be pitching for a big league baseball team right now. As nasty as he was, I talked to Fritzy about him, at spring training, and he goes, "Dude, he's added velo, and he is like locked in. He's as nasty as it gets." Just too many good pitchers on the San Diego Padres right now. Now, again, guys are going to get hurt. We've already seen Estrada come down, but what a luxury. Jeremiah Estrada goes down, Jason Adam comes in and, immediately gets in the high leverage situation for your Padres and gets out of it. So it's been really good. That ERA is going to tumble. They were talking to Craig Stammen about it, and he said, as far as Morejon and Niebla too, about Morejon, he goes, he's in the 99th percentile of fastball rate. Like he's right there. He's getting BABIP to death. His FIP, fielding independent pitching, is like 280.
It's actually better, they said, than it was last year when he was dominant.
Right.
That tells you the kind of bad luck that Adrian Morejon's been getting.
So, again, does anybody on the planet have a problem tonight if the Padres are leading 2-1 and it's the 7th inning and, J.P. Crawford or Josh Naylor is coming up and we go to Adrian Morejon? Absolutely not. Because you just get the sense that soon as it locks in for him, it's going to be fine.
Absolutely.
And if guys are in the right spot, half of the times, Benny, his numbers don't look like that.
Now, do you consider at some point using that depth? They did not use it to trade, as you said, in spring training. We talked a lot of the offseason about you've got some relief depth. You've got some guys that could be coveted by other teams.
I can see why you wouldn't. I really can. The bullpens are so volatile. They're so volatile. Now, ours hasn't really been in the last couple of years. So if you trust, you trust your staff down there, and you trust that the guys that you have right now can get you through, and you don't have to trade everybody, but you have some real pieces down there teams
I'm also
are
not
desperate.
making really any changes in my lineup. There's not like someone I'm looking to replace. Like last year, obviously, they needed a left fielder. They needed catching. They needed help. Right now, I'm pretty happy with the lineup, with the bench. Is everything perfect? No, but I'm not eager to replace anybody. Like this guy's got to go. They can easily upgrade at this position. Last year, you could say, oh, yeah, they can easily upgrade at
3 positions.
At 2 or 3 positions. Yeah. Now, it would be much more challenging to upgrade. You could be potentially downgrading if you made a change. If Nick Pivetta is out for an extended period of time, and there is a starting pitcher that you like available in a trade, which is fairly rare this early in the season, but if there was a team that was desperate for a great reliever and they were dangling a starter that, Ruben Niebla thought, we can work with this guy. He can go into our rotation. I do think you'd have to consider it because the biggest danger for the San Diego Padres this season is starting pitching. And it has become even more urgent with the Nick Pivetta injury, with the very slow progress of Joe Musgrove, that the Padres may run out of quality starting pitching at some point. They've been pretty fortunate so far that both Walker Buehler and Germán Marquez have been good more than they've been bad. They haven't been great, but both of them have showed enough to remain in the starting rotation, but I can't count on that all season long. And I don't know if JP Sears is throwing that well in the minors. Is Matt Waldron? He's been great. He's got a 0 ERA in his rehab assignment. If he can come up to the big leagues and do that, that makes me feel a lot better for a while, but it still doesn't solve every depth issue you have with starting pitching.
Yeah, man. There's a couple of names. Well, there's really one name out there that's not going to cost you any prospect capital or any of those relievers that you like. It's Lucas Giolito. And he is still unsigned, still does not have a team. I just sent the audio to Paulie, who is pulling it right now. And let me know when you got it. This is him over the weekend, Lucas Giolito.
This is Giolito.
Where is he? Talking about it at his home? With a very thick beard. And he was asked kind of what's going on.
Why aren't you signed? The last few months has been very strange to where, talks seem like they're heating up and then it's like, oh, okay, never mind. And so I just want to play for close to what my value is. Mm-hmm. Everything is based on these models now, right? Everyone uses projection and models and things like that to kind of determine, and like my agency does the same thing. So it's like, all right, cool. Give me something that's relatively close to that. And let's go and get it. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm coming here 6 days, 5, 6, 7 days a week, depending on where I'm at in my routine, and throwing live and staying ready. I'm kind of maintaining a pitch count around 75 each time I throw live, just so that when I get the opportunity, it's like, all right, cool. What do you want me to throw a game in AAA to get ready? Or do you want to put me right in for 5 innings? Like, I'll do whatever. I'm happy to do whatever once I get the opportunity to help a team.
Pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. And again, he's not sitting around playing video games waiting to get a phone call. He's at whatever facility he's at. He's there 5-6 days a week. He's on a pitch count, doing his thing. But again, I don't know what that contract for Lucas Giolito looks like, because he had a good year last year. It was a good, solid year. The underlying numbers said maybe he got a little bit lucky, maybe a lot of bit lucky. But at this point, now we don't know what they're going to say about Nicky P. It really, I feel like a moron for saying this, but it could be, he misses a start or whatever. But Benny, that costs you nothing but money. And you
made just under 20 last year.
Oh, that's a lot of dough.
Made 19. He was on a 2-year, $38.5 million.
I think for me, he sounded very reasonable.
Oh yeah,
like he wasn't being, stomping his feet and going, I need to get a raise from what I made last year because I had a good season. Some people would be like that. Hey, I had a good season. I'm not taking less money after a good season. He talked about projections. He said my agency, my representation uses those same projections that teams do. I'm just asking for something close to what I'm projected to do. Now, projections that use underlying numbers aren't necessarily projecting Lucas Giolito to have nearly as good of a season, which means if that's the case, he probably should accept less, and maybe quite a bit less than he was getting last year, but he doesn't have to sign for the minimum or something. I mean, he's better than that. He certainly doesn't need to be like begging for a job and, hey, I'll come in and minor league deal and just give me an opportunity. He deserves to get paid. He does not deserve to get paid like an ace, but he deserves to get paid. And the question is, what team is willing to, go high enough on their offer that Lucas Giolito's ready to, shave and get back to the big league?
Yeah.
Not that he has to.
He threw 145 innings for Boston last year at a 3.41 ERA, pitching, a lot of games at Fenway Park too. There's so many teams that could use him. I mean, the Astros could use him. The Angels could use him. The A's could use him. The Padres could use him. The Tigers could use him. Lucas Giolito, it's pretty nuts to me that he's still, working out down in Florida right now.
75 pitches, that's not the same as he says, hey, you can put me right into the rotation. I doubt, unless the team was extremely desperate, that they wouldn't want at least one or two minor league starts to see where he's at. Pitching on your own, even if you say, hey, I'm up to 75, not the same when it's just a bullpen session versus actual competition against actual hitters, even minor league hitters. So you can't expect to just instantly, I think, put him into a starting rotation. You'd have to plan for at least a couple of weeks of build-up before you'd add him. So have some forethought if you're going to.
We'd be a good team to do it. We'd be a great team.
Yeah, because the Padres aren't desperate.
They're not desperate right now. The Astros are desperate. They just lost Imai. They've lost, they have so many guys injured. There's desperation.
Right. The Padres, you lose Vedder, you call up Waldron.
Yeah.
You lost someone else, well, you can call up JP Sears. It might not be exactly
then
what
you got
you
Griffin
want.
Canning coming.
And so the Padres are definitely not in
ideal.
It's the desperation state at this point.
It's
but
not,
you do not want to get there.
No, it's not ideal. It's not, oh man, it's fine. We have this, ace in waiting. We don't. We have maybe some serviceable guys that can come up and do the job. But it's better situation than we've been in the past, I do feel. Right? Don't you? You agree that there's a little bit more depth than we're used to seeing right now. You just hope you don't have to use it, man. You really don't. You hope Nicky P is going to be okay. But I think we'll find out something today. I'm sure we will from Craig Stammen, and I just can't imagine after what we saw and what we heard from Nicky P that it's going to be sunshine and rainbows. I'd love if it was.
All right, let's get to Don't Do This. We actually have some audio that we want to play for Do This. Want to make sure we have enough time for it. Plus the rare reversal on a DDT. It was something from, I'd say, about a month ago.
Yeah.
And it turns out that an apology is in order
we had
for DDT.
Moment.
We will get to that coming up next with Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We Know How on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
right, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
Voice of the Padres, Jesse Agler, coming up in our next hour. Yes. Right now, though, it is time for Don't Do This. It is brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
enjoy it.
All right, time for a DDT apology. And you might remember the story from around a month ago when Brazilian soccer star Giolito was at a hotel breakfast. His daughter saw Chapel Roan and ran over to just say kind of hello because she was such a giant.
Oh, she just walked by.
Wasn't it? She walked by just to see if it was even her.
See if it was her. Yeah, just to
she did like a run by.
Just did a kind of a pass by, and a bodyguard there got in her face, yelled at her, made her cry,
yelled at the mom.
And this is something that has been accused of Chapel Roan's bodyguards in the past.
Yes,
that they've been not that fan friendly. And Giolito slammed Chapel Roan, saying the security guard is speaking in an extremely aggressive manner to an 11-year-old, totally unacceptable. I mean, he went pretty dad nuts.
He went deep.
He was like, "These fans are all you have. Like, how dare you?" Like, he was pissed.
I get it, man. I get it.
Now, at the time, Chapel Roan said that was not even my bodyguard, but no one really totally bought it. Well, turns out She was right. And Jorginho wants to set the record straight and offer an apology about the misunderstanding, because it wasn't Chapel Roan's bodyguard at all that stepped in and said something to his 11-year-old daughter. Turns out it was actually Sabrina Carpenter's bodyguard, who was at the same place at the same time.
Makes perfect sense.
Now, Jorginho says,
you know what? That's exactly what I would say if I was Chapel Roan.
That's exactly right. It was Sabrina.
It was obviously Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
Jorginho says, hey, it was the heat of the moment. I responded as any father would, but he wanted to address it publicly. He said that Chapel reached out to his wife privately to once again say, hey, no knowledge of this, would not ever want anyone to make an 11-year-old cry. Sorry about what happened, but again, wasn't my bodyguard. And he has finally accepted that it did not have anything to do with Chapel Roan at the time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, all's well that ends well. I don't know how this is going to end well at all for Alec Bohm and his parents, but there's an ongoing legal battle. We told you about it in Don't Do This a couple weeks ago. He's suing his parents, essentially, and now, Benny, he has gone so far as to fire super agent Scott Boras at the beginning of the season. Claims he was coerced by his parents into signing with Boras in the first place, didn't really want to. They saw the dollar signs in their eyes. So this is an interesting part of this article. It says Bohm claims the situation began in 2019 when his parents created 2 LLCs to hold the assets he earned playing professional baseball.
What's an LLC, Woods?
It's a limited liability corporation.
Very good.
Yeah, I don't know what it's for.
It's, of course, to limit your liability.
Limit your liability.
When creating a corporation.
Okay. Right, obviously. I don't have one. I've never been a part of one. I'd like to be a part of one someday. But the lawsuit claims that his parents said, hey, we need to take 10% interest in your LLCs to act as representatives of your interests. But don't worry, you're going to retain everything that they keep in the LLC.
That sounds suspicious.
They then allegedly gained access to all of his personal financial accounts and transferred much of it to the LLCs, which they controlled. The parents say the lawsuit is without merit. He's looking for the return of $528,000 that his parents allegedly took from the account. And now he has fired Scott Boras. And Scott Boras signed an affidavit. Bohm signed the affidavit that said, yeah, my parents steered me towards him under considerable duress to further their own interests to my detriment. I mean, it is so gnarly. How do you bounce back from that with your folks? You know? How do you bounce back from that? You probably never do. And that's a real shame. If they stole from their...
Oh, it's awful.
It's just the worst.
I'm not sure that Ben heard a word you were saying if he saw the comment in the chat that I just saw. Because I hate it when our listeners are funnier than us, and it happens all the time. Tyler says, Scott said he was surprised by the decision when his client came into the office and dropped the Bohm.
Is that what he was snickering at?
I'm trying to figure out. I did see that, and I was smiling about Tyler's comment. Thank you, Tyler. Did the parents just want Scott Boras to represent their son because they thought he would get the absolute most money, which would give them the opportunity to then
pilfer
steal the most money from their son?
Sounds like that's what he's alleging.
Scott Boras, you may like him, you may dislike him. I don't think anyone disagrees that he does a very good job getting top dollar value for his clients. Is it perfect every time? Has he asked for too much and not gotten what he's wanted? Occasionally, but I don't think there's anyone in baseball who disagrees that Scott Boras is a super agent for a reason,
right? And
has gotten some absolutely massive contracts. So
he's gotten a lot of them here.
I don't know the argument that, hey, you forced this agent on me. Now, yeah, if the agent you forced on them was like your uncle and he was part of it, yes. But Scott Boras, does this look bad on him? Like he's part of the conspiracy against Alec Bohm? Why would he do that? He has no interest in being
sounds
part
like
of
crazy parents more than
it does.
A crazy agent.
And also, look, man.
But I would think Scott Boras would be one who would be able to see that, like see through that right away. Like, hey, Alec, they want.
But sometimes
keep an eye on your parents.
How high is Alec Bohm on the totem pole for Boras Court?
Right, but also, sometimes you just need a clean house. Sometimes you got a clean house. You got to start fresh. You do, and. Nothing personal, all business. All this happened under this watch. I need a new fresh start with a new agent and a better financial advisor and somebody that can actually
no ties to
my family. 100%. They're all in bed together.
May I recommend Trajan Wealth?
Yes, Trajan Wealth.
TRAJAN Wealth.com.
Not a bad idea for one Alec Boehm.
They're fiduciaries. They have to have the best interest of their clients at heart.
Yeah.
But if you ever thought your parents didn't have your best interests in mind, that sucks.
That's got to be a bad feeling.
Yeah.
I definitely, my kids have opened like birthday money and definitely put it in my wallet and spent it. Guaranteed, like absolutely.
Like you spent it.
Yeah.
It was in.
Yeah, it was just in my wallet. Like I was holding it.
But
for
it's
them.
not like you.
I wasn't
wouldn't
in
ever
there.
Give it that. Like if they needed anything, you wouldn't be instantly there to provide it for them.
Like I do every single. I look at it as dad tax.
Right.
Yeah, all your Christmas money is dad tax. Am I one of the Bohm's parents?
Is that what the Bohms are doing?
Is that what they did? Dad taxing.
We're just taking our share from all the baseball clinics.
So
and
what they
travel
do?
ball
But
and,
my kids aren't dumb, dude. They'll do this bit.
They have a receipt.
They'll go, Dad, you still got my Easter money? I'm like, yep. Well, can we go buy baseball cards with it? Absolutely. And I go, I just put it on my debit card.
It's
all
all
the money's already spent on Zyn or
money
whatever.
is all just kind of a construct of our imagination. It doesn't have to be cash. It exists somewhere.
SD Brother says, for the birthday money, just open a savings account for them, transfer some of your checking to their savings, then it is your cash. Yeah, we have one. I just don't have access to it because Hannah signed up for it. So I'm not. It's like, do what you got to do. But I do end up keeping a lot of the cash because I never have cash. Case in point, in my wallet right now. A grown man, 51 years, almost 51. I have one.
Let's see.
What do you think ultimately that dollar will be used for?
I could maybe to blow my nose because you can't use it for anything else.
I got a 5 here. You want it?
Polly's got a $5.
There's very little that.
How much cash do you have on you right now?
I got 10 and a 5.
We have a 10 and a 5.
Yeah.
Let me have that 5.
No.
I can buy something with $6.
About $85.
Look at you, hot ass.
Wow.
I do pay cash on a couple of things, so I need to have it around.
What do you pay cash on?
I don't want
loose cannabis.
I don't want to narc on anybody that accepts cash for their services because that's suspicious.
That's more suspicious than the story you're telling.
My Instagram feed was peppered this weekend with young women.
Now we get it.
Now it makes a lot
more sense. Yeah.
Keep it off the books. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Smart. Under the table. For all
really,
of your.
What can you do with $1 now?
Literally nothing.
Like if
wipe
you
your
tried
ass
to, if
with
you
it,
like
there's
tried to
nothing
tip
you
a
can
valet
do.
with that's an insult.
Yes.
Yes, you can't give $1 to a valet.
$1 is an insult now. Like there's nothing you can do essentially with $1.
I was we went to Mickey D's recently in the last couple of weeks, like to grab a burger, and
can't buy anything there.
No, and I
$1.
told my kids, like, these hamburgers used to be 59 cents. You could come to Mickey D's with $4 and eat like a king. And a McDonald's hamburger now is like a
cent cheeseburgers back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh,
$1 is okay. $1 is good for a coffee tip. That's fine. $1 in the Starbucks,
as opposed to adding it to your card at the end. You give them a cash. I think that's appreciated.
Yeah,
I mean,
like when I used to go out,
everyone dropped it in that little
$1 a beer,
$1 a drink,
bucket. That's
I was always
probably
$1 a
not the
beer.
worst, yeah.
If you just grabbed a beer and popped the top off, here's a buck.
Yeah.
Here's a cocktail.
But if you're already
$2.
paying with your card, you generally just add it then to the card. You're not then reaching in for fine cash.
No, that was usually like the bars down in PB when you're 21, 22 years old.
You
You're
get a $3 Bud Light. Here's a buck. Here's $4. Right.
Usually they would price it at $4 because most people give you a 5.
That's exactly right. I never have money. I never ever have cash. Go ahead, do this.
Let's do this.
DD mega doo-doo.
No one's going to be shocked at how delighted this made me. But on Sunday, the Pittsburgh Pirates and their television broadcaster, Greg Brown, decided to have a little fun. Long baseball season. And instead of their normal open for their game against the Chicago Cubs, they went all in with the Masters theme. I mean, even the directors, the camera guys got into it, recreating what felt like an Augusta-like open, but for a baseball game against the Chicago Cubs, this was pretty fun.
It's a tradition unlike any other. Welcome to the final round at the Wrigley. Conditions, well, we might see some high scores with the heavy winds, but they couldn't be better in what is sure to be one for the ages. And a great pairing For those of you watching and for the thousands of patrons on hand at this
The NL
historic
Central
venue, the hallowed
leaderboard.
grounds
It's so good.
of Wrigley Field. Check out the leaderboard. Pirates better than par, but the Reds, Cardinals, Brewers, and Cubs very much in the running. Hello, friends. Greg Brown, along with John Wayner, my partner, and Hannah Mears, will be providing some coverage greenside today. Emotions ran high yesterday, John. Yesterday was moving day, and the Pirates...
It's so good. It's it's so clever.
It is funny, the very slow pan, the blurry to clear shots.
Brilliant.
It's the only at the Masters do they do that.
Yeah,
if you
it's
tried
brilliant.
to do anything else with that style, you'd realize instantly how ridiculous it kind of is, which is what the whole point of the Pirates broadcast was. And I thought it was genius.
Yeah, really good.
And brilliant and just incredible.
It'd be like Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Two teams, 53 men trying to kill the other. It just doesn't work for like football.
Well, Lisa said, I don't think Don and Mudd could hold it together long enough to do it.
Oh, God,
Don
no.
and Mudd got a lot of praise online yesterday as well.
Yeah,
Saw
got a little
videos.
love from Trevor Plouffe.
Yep.
And the guys from John Boy, they were like, this is how it should be. We can play that audio later in the show. Maybe
It was.
in the Reindl Report.
I mean, I
really
agreed
good.
with everything they said. Like the entertainment factor. We can talk about it coming up for sure. Right now, though, that's Don't and Do This for a Tuesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Got a lot of baseball fans in our Tier 1 chat. I think we're starting to see some effects of ABS, early trends of what differences we're seeing in baseball because of ABS. And it's a little further ranging than you might expect. We can talk about some of that coming up next with Ben and Woods. Quick timeout and more coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Hello, friends. Ben and Woods here to tell you about 7 Mile Casino. Just 7 minutes from downtown. You're not going to play.
You done? I'll play
All right.
along. I mean, you've already done it. I don't know. I don't know the lingo. I do know that you can go play California-style blackjack, Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, Baccarat. I do know that if you love slot machines, not the place for you, right? And if you love cigarettes, smoke them outside. Can't smoke them inside.
Clean air,
Clean air.
comfortable seating,
Table games.
delicious food.
There you go.
It's Sammy's at 7 Mile. So many different reasons to go and visit, plus the proximity. Elite. You get on the 5 freeway, you head south to Chula Vista, get off at E, you're already on Bay Boulevard, pulling in at about a quarter of a mile right there off the freeway, 7 Mile Casino. First time I walked in, I was floored at how nice it was. I mean, Augusta-like, honestly. And it's just upscale. It's nice. You feel comfortable in there. Like, no, this is somewhere that I definitely want to hang out. Love that about 7 Mile Casino.
Couldn't agree more, my friend. Check it out for yourselves. It's 7 Mile Casino, and it's just 7 minutes from downtown. He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort. Now open.
Ben and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Woods, doubleheader tonight. Playoff basketball.
Yes.
Got a actual elimination game and a play-in game. So it starts with the Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets. That's a 10-9 game. The loser out.
Loser's out.
The winner survives and advances to Friday, where they'll play the loser of tomorrow's game between Orlando and Philadelphia. Second game tonight, it's a play-in game. Portland at Phoenix. Blazers at Suns. Winner gets the 7 seed in the Western Conference. The loser will play either the Golden State Warriors or LA Clippers for the 8th seed. That game is tomorrow's second game of the doubleheader.
Who do you like?
That hurt my brain to follow
I know,
all of
it's
that.
tough.
I don't watch a ton of NBA. I love basketball. I just don't watch a ton of NBA. I'll kind of watch probably in the conference finals. Is the play-in tournament and the restructured seedings and everything, is it working in your opinion, Ben?
No.
Because it's very confusing.
No, it's not.
It used to be the top 8 teams.
It's not that confusing. If they had just had both of the 7-8 games like today and then the 8-9 games tomorrow, I think you'd get it. They'd both be playing for the 7th seed. The fact that they've mixed them up makes it a little confusing. Like, which game? Is this the game to get in the playoffs, or is this game to be eliminated from the playoffs? Makes it a little more confusing. But it's not. The 7th and 8th teams in the conference play each other. The winner gets the 7 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Not that hard to understand. Right. The 9th and 10th teams, they get a bonus chance. The loser is eliminated, and then the winner of that game plays the loser of the 7-8 game for the 8th seed. That's how they determine the last 2 seeds.
I guess my question is, the way it used to be was if you finished 8th, you got 8th. You didn't get to play for 7th.
Right. And you finished 9th,
you got 7th. And if you were 9th, you were out. So is adding those 2 extra teams, like they did in baseball recently, adding 2 more, or another wild card team, like, is it working? Has it helped?
I don't know. I mean, if you're a fan, I guess, of the Miami Heat, are you glad that you've got a game tonight?
Yeah, you're glad you got a shot.
Have your season be over? Is there a realistic chance that the Miami Heat, the 10th seed in the East, gets hot all of a sudden, wins 2 games in a row, gets into the playoffs, upsets the number 1 seed, and goes on a miracle run and wins the NBA championships? No, not really. You might as well just be getting on with your off season at this point. But I'm guessing most Heat fans will be watching the game because it's a playoff game, and you just always have that little bit of hope in your mind.
Well, I think I'm rooting for the Detroit Pistons. They're the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, Ben, because, I mean, more wins equals more money for their owner, who might be our owner at some point. Tom Gores. That's what I'm hoping for. So let's go Pistons.
I did see an online. What do we know about Tom Gore's piece this last week? Is a very reclusive billionaire, doesn't do any interviews. I mean, if he buys the Padres,
we'll never meet him.
Sounds like we may never get to talk to him. Don't think he's going to get a weekly on Ben and Woods.
You never know.
But yeah, you never know. He's got a lot of hair. He's got big head of hair, and
I saw that he, was a bit of a bootstrap guy.
Yeah.
He pulled himself up from his bootstraps at a very young age, been a grinder.
Like by buying failing companies and spinning them off from his garage or something.
I mean, like he started as like a janitor.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he worked
humble beginnings, which is kind of cool. I like that. I like that too.
So
like all of us.
One of the 4 finalists, as confirmed by Eric Grupner on this program.
So let's go Pistons.
He's just like us. Humble beginnings and now in position to potentially buy a Major League Baseball team.
You just never know. You never know. So I'm in. Smash the Number says Tom Gore's once got drunk and started throwing T-shirts into the stands. He has an ego, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, if I was the owner, I'd be getting drunk throwing T-shirts in the stands almost every. They'd put me on the pod squad. I'd be out there every night slinging balls and.
It's hard to think that
T-shirts.
this city could hold Peter Seidler in any higher regard.
Right.
But if there were videos of him hammered, just tossing merch into the crowd, I think that might actually even elevate him higher.
I'm with you 100%. I kind of want that.
I'd be like, that's my guy.
I want that from my owner.
I'm riding for that guy.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
We're going to talk a little ABS. It's only been a couple of weeks, but there's already starting to be some subtle differences in baseball because of the challenge system. We'll talk about that right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Aller.
This traffic report is brought to you by Albertsons, Bonds, and Pavilions. Watch out. There's a crash on the 8 westbound at the 125 in the center lane. And then on the eastbound side at the 15, another accident. This one takes out the left lane. Save on family dinner favorites when you shop at Bonds and Albertsons. Right now, get fresh, boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $1.99 per pound with membership where applicable, limit 10 pounds. Shop in-store or online at bonds or albertsons.com for more deals and savings. I'm Sue Aller with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So this is from a Tom Verducci piece in Sports Illustrated I was looking at yesterday. 8 early effects of ABS on MLB. Now, it is still early in the season, and he even admits not every one of these is necessarily a trend, but it's all worth keeping an eye on. Changes coming to baseball because of the challenge system. First one seems pretty obvious, Woods. Pitch framing, not as important as it used to be. You can't necessarily steal a strike by taking a ball that was 2 inches outside, flipping it to the corner, and getting the umpire to call the strike. Now, you may still get the umpire to call it a strike, but the batter can simply tap his head and overturn you.
Unless somebody's out of challenges, then framing becomes
is important again. And you can't challenge everything. So, the better framing catchers still are going to get more strikes than the ones that are bad at it. But this does minimize it. I think we're all in favor of that, right?
Yeah.
Pitch framing is a skill and it's important, but it shouldn't be the be-all, end-all, and this minimizes it a bit. 7 other early impacts. Dugouts are quieter, less beefing at the umpires. I think I've seen that. If you are not happy with a call,
less chirping.
Yeah, it's like you don't look back at the umpire and say anything. You just either challenge or you don't.
Still been plenty of chirping in the big leagues this year, though. Still see a lot of chirping.
I guess it does kind of eliminate one part of it, though. Like,
absolutely.
Really argue balls and strikes.
We still saw. When the umpire is like 0 for 4 to start the game.
Right.
We saw Souza and Stammen I think that was about a check swing, but you've seen like Aaron Boone. The Yankees were like 6 for 6 in the first 3 innings, and he's like, "Get it together, dude.
We can't. Why do we have to risk a challenge?
Do we have to
every
risk
single
this?
time you screw up every other pitch?"
Yeah. That's
I think if I was an umpire, maybe I wouldn't like ABS, but that part I'd kind of go, "You don't like the call? You know what to do."
Yeah, you know what to do.
Don't look at me with a side eye. Either challenge it or don't. If you don't, then you're not any more confident than maybe I was in making that call. If you're confident, challenge it.
And
I would feel
case,
secure and like, hey, don't tell me about it. Do what you have to do.
Be better. No, we talked about it last week, I think. Should they move to like 3 challenges?
Absolutely.
I think we all agree, because then you can be a little bit more liberal with using those challenges early in the game. We're like, that's clearly a ball, but on the off chance that we're wrong, we don't want to burn a challenge here in the bottom of the first inning.
Number 3, and I thought this was, it kind of almost blew my mind. Game situation awareness is heightened. One veteran pitcher, quote, "I've noticed our players are much more locked into the game situation because there's so much emphasis on leverage when it comes to when to challenge. Yeah, you have to know, all right, is this an inning where it could serve us to make a challenge? You have to go up with a plan during your at-bat. Like, there's almost no chance I'm challenging in this at-bat. We're up 6, it's the second inning.
That's
or,
right.
Hey, it's the 7th inning, it's a 1-run game. If I'm in 2 strikes and I can get on to lead off the inning, that's pretty valuable.
No
Or
doubt.
if I can extend the inning and get, the bases loaded, that's really valuable. Players have to be more aware of the game situation, which is a good thing.
The thing I think we all love most about baseball is the chess matches within the game. And as somebody that doesn't even know how to play chess, I still enjoy these thinking moves ahead, the strategy and all of that. This makes it better. I mean, it absolutely makes it better. It gives you more chess if you like chess.
We have so many numbers on everything else. Like, everyone really knows what the best strategies are. The numbers kind of tell you. Now, everyone's got their own feeling about baseball, but with ABS, we don't know yet. We're not quite sure what the best strategies are yet, which is pretty true. Think, fascinating to learn. Should the teams be more aggressive? Should they be more conservative?
Have you guys in the 3rd inning of a game this year yelled at the TV to challenge? Because I know I have.
Yeah.
Guilty like Xander or something. I'm like, challenge
And that might be the right thing to do. It might not. We're not sure yet.
I know.
It'll take a lot of data, probably a couple of 2 or 3 seasons worth before we're really getting an idea of what the best challenging strategies are.
I mean, I get the sense that like Xander, Tatis, I don't know that they're allowed to challenge because in my mind, I'm like, I can think of probably 4 or 5 pitches that Tatis should have challenged this year and he didn't. So I don't know. There is a handful of teams that have had no hitters challenges, and that's clearly their strategy. That's what they went in there going, you guys are not allowed. There's teams that have like 2 pitchers challenges all season. But the catchers are the ones making the lion's share of the calls.
Number 4, good umpires are getting their due, and it's often the younger ones. I think I saw something about this earlier. The older umpires are definitely having more trouble because their strike zones are more set in their ways. They're having trouble adjusting to the physically fixed strike zone of the ABS. Younger umpires like Eric Bacchus, 35 years old, called 466 pitches in his first 3 games, 9 challenged. Only 1 challenge has been effective, overturned in 466 pitches that he's called.
Wow.
Pretty good.
That's excellent.
Pretty
What's his
good.
name?
Eric Bacchus.
Bacchus, okay.
35 years old. Number 5, Ryan Jeffers, the ABS whisperer, Twins catcher. He has gained 10 strikeouts with his challenges.
Ooh.
They speculated on the Twins Tigers FS1 broadcast. They should have a stat for that. Like he said, they wanted to call it Terminator. So if you challenge a ball call and it turns into strike 3, that's like a catcher's Terminator. You just stole the strikeout for your pitcher.
I mean, that's how valuable is that? 10
Huge.
extra punchies, man.
Yeah,
It's
not just
crazy.
overturns. Strikeouts on challenges.
That is really special.
All right, here's a big one, and I don't know if this is good. Hitters are swinging less because of ABS. They feel more confident maybe to take pitches on the corner because they don't feel like they're going to get rung up accidentally or incorrectly by the umpire. They've got a way to do something about it, so they are now swinging, not a huge amount, but like 0.8% less than they were at this point last year.
Somebody said in the chat, Manny says, Baseball Savant has a plus K flip as a stat. So you actually will get credit. I mean, they're going to watch every single thing. And we have all thought that the Padres have done a good job this year, or no? But I think they're actually below.
I feel like they could be more aggressive.
They could be more
I feel
aggressive.
like we get to the 9th inning, they still have 2 challenges, like a lot, which is okay if you've used them and are right.
And again, they're feeling it out at this point. I don't know what this means. Expected, total versus expected. Padres are minus 2.1. So are the Dodgers. But the best team in baseball looks like, according to this graph, the Cincinnati Reds, the New York Mets, and the Miami Marlins. So what does that tell you?
Because people are swinging less, here one's obvious, number 7, the rate of walks and strikeouts is soaring. Walks, highest rate in 75 years.
Wow.
5th highest all time. Strikeouts after a 2-year decline, taking their biggest year-to-year jump since 2019. Now, he says it is early in the season, and you sometimes see that. But if people are swinging less, you are going to get more walks and strikeouts, which is not something baseball likes. They want more action, balls in play, not more strikeouts and walks.
That's incredible. That's really incredible stuff. And you knew, there's going to be a lot of consequence to it, good or bad. Really interested to see what it looks like at the end of the year.
And then the last one, MLB batting average heading into Sunday, 233, lowest in history.
Woo!
Now, there's still 91% of the season left. Pitchers are usually ahead of hitters early in the season. The weather has been really cold in some places. That can impact batting average. In fact, it was similar through the same number of games last year, and it ended up 10 points higher. But at this point, it is trending toward an all-time low. That is not an intended consequence, I think, of ABS. Baseball doesn't want lower batting average, more walks, and more strikeouts. They've been doing a lot of things to get the opposite recently. Pitch clock, no shift. Those are all designed to get better batting averages, more balls in play, more swings. ABS is having the opposite effect on that. So maybe there is some concern that the ABS is not exactly what baseball wanted it to be so far.
Yeah, I mean, again, you got to give it a little more time. You got to let it play out over a season. I do get the sense that in like 5 years, it will be probably all automated. At this point, which, okay, like we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I am curious to get Jesse's thoughts on how he feels it's gone through the first couple of weeks. We talked a little bit about how it changes his broadcasting style when we talk to him. He has to wait a beat before really being confident with his call and making sure there's no challenge at the end. He will join us in our next hour on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bank Banking, it is better. We will also play some Take on Woods. We're still looking for our first qualifier for those field-level Padres tickets for Memorial Day, our grand prize this month. It is all coming up with more Ben & Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
right, we're halfway home on a Tuesday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Great to be here with you guys. Padres back in action tonight against the Seattle Mariners. Brian Wu on the bump. Fun dude to watch pitch, man. I mean, really, really fun dude to watch pitch. Michael King, too. Should be a really good pitching matchup. Looking forward to seeing what we get out of that tonight, certainly. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer. Ben Higgins, friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well.
I would like to offer a special shout out this morning to 6 San Diegans in particular.
San Diegans? Or six? Okay.
Yes. Duran Ferree, Pablo Cisniega, CJ Dos Santos, Didi Harachich, Leah Freeman, and Luisa Agudelo. Today is International Goalkeeper Day.
Very good.
Those are our SDFC and Wave goalkeepers. I hope they all have really, really nice days and don't allow anything into the nets behind them today.
Today's also Reach as High as You Can Day.
Do you think that's literal or like metaphorical?
Both. Feels good.
That felt good. It felt really good.
It does. Feels good to stretch and breathe.
I think it's more metaphorical. Like
probably reach for the sky.
Reach. It's also look up at the sky day.
Yeah.
You
Look
can reach up toward it
day.
as well and accomplish 2 of the days at the same time.
International moment of laughter today. I like laughter.
Just one moment, though.
Just one. Don't go crazy.
Don't go crazy.
What do you got? It's the best international laugh of all time.
It's too much. That's more than a moment.
I love the melding of it all.
It's my favorite.
Makes me so happy. What do you have today? What special story do you have this afternoon?
Padres play today. I'm going to go see if there's any Nick Pivetta news.
Okay,
this
you're going to go
afternoon.
down
down to the ballpark when the press gate opens. Head into the clubhouse and hear from the skipper Craig Stammen, and probably find out. No, we don't really have an update for you. We'll
day to day.
We'll see.
Vitamin C just started to kick in, so we're going to give it a couple days and see what happened.
But I will be there with everybody else around the scrum, trying to find out the latest.
It's the first like panic scrum of the year today. Like, we lost some games with some, weird decisions. Fine, whatever. Today is the first real panic scrum. Like, is Nick Pivetta going to be okay? I'm glad that you get to go down there and get, a little FaceTime for our show. I have a Little League game at 4 that I'll be coaching. Taylor, it's for him. It's his rookies. He wore his full uni to school today. He's way into it. So excited about that at 4. Then I'll get home and watch the game. But an interesting note, the way that my schedule plays out. So Thursday, the Mariners game is going to be at 5:40. Why did they do that, by the way, instead of 6:40?
It's a getaway day for the Mariners.
Okay.
They have a game somewhere else on Friday.
Bump it up an hour.
I'm surprised it isn't a day game. They must not be going far, probably Anaheim
San Francisco
or LA
or something.
Somewhere close.
I think it is. Yeah.
Maybe Anaheim.
Which is why they don't have to do it in the daytime, because there's probably no flight to catch. But otherwise, it's usually much earlier on a getaway day.
Yeah, so 5:40 start.
Oh, Seattle's going back home.
Okay. Well, the Padres have to go. Where are they going to be on Friday?
Padres go to Anaheim.
Padres go to Anaheim. So they don't have to get away.
Seattle has a short, 2-hour flight.
Okay. So the way that it works out, our biggest fan, his name again was Eric Naranjo. Is that right?
I don't think it was Eric, but
wasn't it?
John
Naranjo.
Yes.
So we are going to go up to the suite. But the way that my schedule works out is I have to make a little pit stop before I head up to the suite. Any guesses where?
The Honey Hole.
I was going to say, you got to buy some baseball cards.
No,
really?
I've got to.
It's a different
Our
hole.
guesses
I'm gonna
were
head up.
exactly
There
the
it
same.
was. Glory hole.
I'm going to head up to, I'm going to leave, North County. I have a 4 p.m. appointment.
A deposit.
At 4 p.m.
Another deposit.
At
Got to go to the bank.
the bank. Then I go straight to the
Like
suite.
Mission Fed.
Nope.
Navy Federal Credit Union. U.S. Bank. You're a U.S. Bank guy.
The doctor's bank at 4.
Like the variety of whales. There's
So
then when you
orcas
see
and there's
me,
humpback whales.
stop
and there's-
talking. So then you see me when I walk into the suite. You'll know exactly where I came from.
Really?
So nobody
Yes.
shake Woodsy's hand when you meet him.
His
in
hands
the
has to be
suite on
very, very
Thursday.
clean. We've heard about this process. You have to be completely sanitized. Stroganoff.
Straight from home, doctor,
Game.
into the game, and then I visit with all of the people in there after. How's it going? How are you? Yes.
Adam's like, hey, maybe just stay home.
Come on. No chance.
Just
He's gonna
dive
ask-
right into the Spiro's Mediterranean cuisine
Yeah.
in the suite.
Yeah, get my hands all in it.
Yeah.
You
He's
know.
gonna walk in. Hey, Jonathan, can I get you a euro? I'll just go grab
I'll
one
get
here for it. Here,
Ben, let me
here.
wrap your
Want me to feed it to you?
euro for you.
That's some of that creamy tzatziki for you.
Yes, for your sandwich. So I just thought, there's a requisite amount of time you have to wait. And then, I figured the timing of it, finish up there, head right to the suite for the early start, and it should be great. So I do apologize, but that's where I'll be coming from.
Question for you. You mentioned you had Taylor's Little League today.
Yes.
Are they already in school or are they still listening?
They're probably on their way.
On their way.
Why did you want to talk trash about my child?
No. I just wanted to get your thought as a parent. When you have an older child and a younger child that are both playing sports, sometimes it's hard not to put more focus on the older one just because they're at a more advanced level. But you don't want to do, as a parent, you feel like, no, I should be giving the exact same amount of attention and interest in both teams, in both kids. But there is a natural inclination for the advanced level to get a little bit more of your focus. How do you deal with that as a parent? Because you don't love your children any different.
No.
You still do.
Right.
But it is always going to be the case that in 2 years, when Taylor is at this minor B level, it's like, oh, it's awesome, but Bo's going to be at, the
Major
Little League
or
level, the
whatever, yeah.
majors level.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to always avoid that feeling of unfairness.
I honestly didn't think it would be. I didn't think it would be an issue. And then you get out and you're coaching the real kid pitch scene, and you have pitch counts, and you've got coaches going to check your pitch counts to make sure you're above board. You've got rules for the catcher. It's pretty serious, right? And you just want to make sure you're doing things the right way. And then the games start, and it's like, they're intense. They're playing real-ish baseball. They're the only
and it's not supposed to be that way at Taylor's level yet.
Correct. And that's
which
not
is
intense.
fine.
That's not
Yeah,
intense
they're
at
supposed
all.
to be having fun, but it's different, and it's hard not to approach them differently as a parent.
And it's tough.
I was
man.
guilty of it too.
It's tough. It's really
absolutely.
It's really hard. I'm struggling with it. I'll be honest with you. And those kids on his team deserve the exact same amount of attention and the exact same amount of instruction, which we try to give them.
Of course.
But the funny thing is like what I saw a guy tweet this the other day. He goes, I just signed my son up for T-ball. And it was so sweet. He goes, I just signed my son up for T-ball. Is this standard to never have a practice before your first game? And I wrote back, more than you know. I was the same way. I thought, what are we doing? What you come to find is there's so many kids and so many teams. There's not enough fields on the planet to have kids practicing 2-3 days a week when they're 5, 6, even 7 years old. And so for me, it makes it a little easier now because I'm not doing a practice for the T-ballers because there's no field space. So you just show up, or not the T-ballers, the rookies. So you just show up and you play the game, and they've done great, man. We went through. I'm so proud of these kids. They're 5. We went through 3 rounds the other day where nobody used the tee. They all hit off the machine. Not one tee was dragged out. And that to me says, these guys are real comfortable now.
KJD in the chat says, I was the baby in my family. My dad always coached my older brothers and never my team. Thanks, Dad.
You know what's weird is my dad coached me once. And then when my brother, who was elite, once he realized my brother was elite, he's like, all right, good luck. And nothing again. It's fine.
So
it was
worked
fine.
out really well in my family. My dad was great. I mean, throw millions of batting practice pitches to me, worked with me pitching when I was young. But my younger siblings were the better athletes, and they went further than I did.
Yeah.
So as I got older and I got less interested in sports, they were advancing at a higher level than I ever got, which I think meant he got to experience that with them kind of going forward, whereas I never kind of got as far as they did. You know, my brother played Division II college basketball.
You played
My
Division
sister
II
was recruited for scholarships for volleyball, won CIF championships, and I was on the B golf team at Torrey Pines. Like,
but you still,
I ended up playing in college. Yes,
D3 or 2?
A D3 in
D3
college.
in college. All right, they're professional athletes or college athletes in the Higgins family. No, you're right. It's a different game entirely when you're actually managing a kind of a real baseball game. You know, so.
Eric says, I was a swimmer and my dad was a ball player. He never went to my swim meets unless my mom forced him.
Oh, no.
We are just going through the dad therapy now this morning.
It's here. Listen, this is what this show is here for.
Eric, and I just want to be fair. I've been to swim meets. I've announced swim meets. Very boring.
Man, it's tough. It's your kid, though, right? Like,
it's very, very long and boring day.
I have friends. I have friends with daughters and like girly girl daughters that are in dance and cheer and stuff. And we've chatted about it before. They're like, Woodsy, don't take 1 second for granted. You're both your boys play the sport that you love the most and they're most into it. So don't take it for granted.
My youngest son did fencing for a few years and did a few tournaments. And when he was in like a fencing match, I was all in.
Of course.
But that was like 4 minutes. And then there was the other 3 hours that you were waiting for, the next one, and the other ones were all going.
Deal.
It's like, oh, can I just show up for 4 minutes and leave? That would be the ideal parenting day.
I love
like a swim meet. Perfect. You do your 4 laps, and I was there for that. I'm out of here. But the whole swim meet, that's a tough ask.
Yeah, it's so fun. Like, and I love, the thing is too, is if we did have field space, I would run kind of more. I'd practice every day with all of the kids because they all seem to be enjoying it right now. So I'm having a blast with it, but it's a little different. I had to, this past weekend, I had to do both back to back both times, and doing Bo's game first, and it was super intense, and we won. And then going over to Taylor's game, I was like, well, this is easy. And then the other coach was like, let's do one more AB. I was like, no, we can't do that. The Masters is on, the Padres are on. What are we doing? But I got to remember too, it's a lot of these guys' first experience with their first kids. So it's fun. It's truly like my favorite thing.
Isn't it great when your kid doesn't want to do something that you didn't want him to do anymore?
It's the best.
And then you let them be the one that's like, well, I mean, if that's your decision,
that's your decision.
And secretly you're going like, yes, we're done with this.
No, it's
fantastic.
Great. It's great. John says it's tough juggling everything as the little league manager. It's you know what is screwing me up, and I have to ask my wife. You guys know how bad I am with like rules and details and stuff. I have to go to my wife, who's like the pitch counter. Can he catch now, or can he not catch? Oh, he can't catch. So I have to find a new catcher in the next inning. Okay.
If you pitch, you can't catch.
So it's a certain number of innings, right? And I think what they're doing, and I guess it makes sense, right? They never had rules to protect, well, any kid. When we were little, there was no rules. Like if you were the ace, you just threw until the game was over. That was by the time I was 12. Now they want to protect catchers' arms because they're throwing back to the pitcher over and over and over. So what they don't want to do is you burn, a pitcher for 4 innings, and a catcher comes in after he's caught 4 innings and he throws 3 innings. So they're just trying to protect the kids, which ultimately I totally understand. It's really hard when your 2 best pitchers are also catchers. So you just have to figure out how to get it done.
Just some sort of slingshot.
Yes. Roll it. Can you just roll? What if he rolls it? Can he pitch then? It's dude. The rules of it are like, how bad I am with ADD and stuff. It's all I think about. And then you have these pitching plans. Like, this is what I want to do today. It never works. Somebody gets in a horrible amount of trouble. You have to make a switch. And it just is. It's so fun. It's so fun. I love it.
All right, we've got Jesse coming up at the bottom of the hour, so let's get to a little Take on Woods. If you want to be our contestant in our trivia challenge, music, movies, TV, call now 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. You'll have a chance to qualify for our grand prize drawing, a chance to win tickets to the Memorial Day Padres game on field level, like good seats for that game. So please check it out. Give us a call. Take on Woods is coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I want to tell you about Trajan Wealth. There's a certain feeling late in a close game when everything matters. One bad break can change the outcome for the good or the bad. For a lot of people, retirement feels kind of the same way. You don't want it to. You've worked hard, you've saved, but the questions keep coming. Will the money last? What happens if the market drops? What about healthcare costs? And what does inflation do over the next 20 or 30 years? That uncertainty is real. Trajan Wealth helps people turn that uncertainty into a plan. TRAJANwealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors work with you to build a retirement strategy designed for real life, not just best case scenarios. Right here with offices in Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar. So if this is something you've been meaning to look into, and you probably should, start simple. Visit TRAJANwealth.com or call 619-367-0207 to talk with their team. Again, 619-367-0207. You might not know what you're missing out on. That's what I felt like before I talked with David and my advisors at Trajan Wealth. Again, go online anytime to TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter. Dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Baseball, see how his off day went. Rare off day at home. Broadcasters do not get many of those over the course of the season. Usually off days are either travel days, coming home, or going somewhere, but this one was right in the middle of a homestand.
I know Jesse. He was put to work immediately.
Family time,
Family
for sure.
time.
But before that, we got a contestant on the line. Let's play a little Take on Woods. Take on Woods, brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Vince. Welcome to Take on Woods. Good morning, Vince.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. First time playing?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do this. Woods has left the studio. You get to go first. 5 questions of trivia. Woods goes second. Same 5 questions. If you beat or tie him, put you into our new grand prize drawing. You'd be the first to qualify for the field level tickets to the Padres Phillies game on Memorial Day. And you get to choose the category, either music on the clock, 5 songs that all feature a specific time of day in the title. TV, It's My Show, 5 television shows that include the word show in the title. And our new movie category, red, white, and blue, 5 movies with either red, white, or blue in the title. So, Vince, you want to play music on the clock, TV, It's My Show, or movies, red, white, and blue?
Let's go with movie.
Back to the movie category again. Today, it is called Red, White, and Blue. 5 movies that have one of those 3 colors in each of the titles. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many of the 5 questions as you can. If you don't know one, you can pass. We will come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question is our 2-second movie clip. Paulie will play you a clip from a movie. You have to identify it based on the short snippet. Vince, are you ready to play?
All right, let's do it.
All right. I can promise you Woodsy's going to get the movie clip, so I hope Vince gets it as well. The category, red, white, and blue. It is movies. Your time begins when Paul plays our movie clip. Good luck, Vince. Let's take on Woods.
Sometimes when you win, you really lose. And sometimes when you lose, you really win.
Want to pass, Vince? Vince,
are you there?
White man can't jump.
Correct.
right.
Alec Baldwin needs to get aboard Sean Connery's Russian nuclear submarine, in which Cold War thriller based on a book by Tom Clancy.
Pass.
Brooke Shields is stranded on a tropical island with Christopher Atkins.
Blue Lagoon.
Correct. John Cho and Cal Penn get the fast food munchies and embark on what became a movie franchise, in which 2004 stoner comedy.
White Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A college student returns home and finds a severed ear in a field, leading to a criminal conspiracy in which 1986 neo-noir David Lynch mystery starring Kyle MacLachlan and Isabella Rossellini.
Pass.
Alec Baldwin needs to get aboard Sean Connery's Russian nuclear submarine. Oh, we ran out of time there. We did get 2.5. It's Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
I kind of need that.
I'm surprised you didn't get Hunt for Red October. That's the submarine movie. And the last one was Blue Velvet. You got Blue Lagoon and White Men Can't Jump. Don't know if it's going to be enough, Vince, but you can hang on the line. Back to the movies again today, Woods. No category, though, for Woods. Makes it a little tougher for him. Let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays our clip. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Vince.
Sometimes when you win, you really
White
lose.
man can't jump.
Correct. Alec Baldwin needs to get aboard Sean Connery's Russian nuclear submarine, in which Cold War
Hunt for Red October.
Correct. Brooke Shields is stranded on a tropical island with Christopher Atkins, in which 1980 coming-of-age drama.
Blue Lagoon.
Correct. John Cho and Cal Penn get the fast food munchies and embark on what became a movie franchise, in which 2004 stoner comedy.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Correct. A college student returns home and finds a severed ear in a field, leading to a criminal conspiracy, in which 1986 neo-noir David Lynch mystery starring Kyle MacLachlan and Isabella Rossellini.
That is... come on, dude. What is the category? Oh. It's blue or blue. It's not blue orchid. It's not blue orchid. It's blue.
It's not blue taint.
It's blue.
You got 3,
Son of a bitch.
2, 1.
Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet.
But you won 4-2 in the category of red, white, and blue.
Just got it at the end.
I knew you'd get White Men Can't Jump.
Yeah.
That was a sure thing.
Sometimes
Vince,
when you win,
thanks for playing.
you really
You're
lose.
still looking for our first K. You're still in the running to keep those tickets at the end of the month.
Good.
No qualifiers left.
Good.
Let's see. I've not seen Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. Have you guys?
I saw it in college. Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. Love Hunt for Red October.
Hunt for Red October is
absolute
genius.
Favorites of all time.
White Man Can't Jump's great.
Yeah.
I saw Blue Velvet many years ago.
I can't even remember if I've seen it actually.
It's okay. I mean, it's David Lynch, so it's a little weird. And
It's
what was the
weird.
other one?
Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon. I probably
Shields.
watched it when I was a kid. Probably. Yeah, that curly-headed guy. Yeah.
Christopher Atkins, the curly-headed guy.
Yeah, that's
Kids
right.
who get stranded on a desert island
That's
have
right.
to grow up together.
It's a good bit.
Young love.
Yeah, young love. What is a quahaw? Thank you for that.
All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, Jesse Agler will join us. I think for the first time ever, we are going to give him his choice of 2 incorporator words.
What a choice it is.
One or the other. Coming up next with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Woods got very excited about something that Paulie and I were surprised about.
Yeah.
Country concerts.
Yes.
Just announced by the San Diego Padres. KSON NASCAR San Diego Country Fest on June 20th. And when we told you that the headliner was Steven Wilson Jr.
Oh, my God. I
you
can't
said,
believe it.
going, definitely going. Yeah, it's in conjunction with the NASCAR race that weekend at the Naval Base in Coronado. And a big, our friends down the hall at KSON 1037 are going to be partnering with the Padres and NASCAR to put on a country music concert.
Did you give the whole lineup?
We got Steven Wilson Jr.,
which is unbelievable.
And then he's the headliner. Then also Carter Faith, Tim Duggar, and Lakeland Lemmings.
All right.
Sorry. Now, why do you say unbelievable? Is it because, I mean, I heard a snippet.
Yeah.
He definitely sounds like he should be playing at a country fest.
He does.
Is he like doing big shows?
He's one of the, I mean, Stern just had him on, you know. He's probably
he's on like a big tour though.
I don't know if he's on tour or not. It's just it's an odd get for me. I thought that, you know,
is he up and coming?
He's like more coming than up and coming. You know what I mean? Like he was on Stern. Stern was like, "You're amazing. I'm having you."
Right. Is he like been around for like 2 years or like 12 years?
I've been on him for a couple years myself. And he's this incredible guitar player. He's got this very distinct voice, but the words are staggering, staggeringly amazing. I turned Jake Peavy onto him a couple years ago at fantasy camp.
All right.
And Peavy was all in. So it's really good.
Presale, Padres presale begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. right after our show, and the general public on Friday at 10 a.m.
I just ran down the hall to KSON. And John was like, I know, I'm so excited. I'm like, yes. He goes, you coming to a show finally? I go, yeah, I'll be there.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of pool service. Jesse Agler standing by. We will play the Incorporator and talk some Padres baseball after traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Aller.
This report is brought to you by the Caltrans Stormwater Program. Visit cleanwaterca.com. Loaded up on the 8 westbound right by Spring Street with a collision. The left lane is blocked. And then there's a stall slowing you down south on the 805 right at the 94. And another breakdown this time on the 5 north right at Balboa Avenue.
Welcome to Trash Talk. Our guest, Chip Bag. What's up, Chip?
Been on the road a lot.
That's not where you belong.
Right, because then litter gets in our waterways.
Let's change this.
Put me in the bin. That is where I belong. Visit cleanwaterca.com.
From the Caltrans Stormwater Program.
All right, joining us right now on our SDCCU fan hotline, the voice of the San Diego Padres, and he just got to enjoy a rare home off day during a homestand. Jesse Agler with us here on 97.3 The Fan. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Doing well. My theory is that you were put immediately to work on your home off day.
Oh, my gosh, so much stuff.
You know what? It's nice you're home. You can fold the laundry now, Jesse. Oh, yeah, sounds good, babe. Happy to do it. I'll be happy to run the kids to school. Whatever you need. Whatever you need.
So much stuff.
like drinking from a fire hose, man. The one day off at home. It's just like, here you go, pal. Enjoy. I've been there so many times.
I mean, with spring training in the first couple of weeks of the season, there hasn't been a lot of off days for Jesse at home in the last 2 months.
That's true.
No. It was like, I think, I left for spring training maybe 2 days after the Super Bowl, a day after the Super Bowl. Something like that. So yeah, I mean, it was all well-earned stuff to do, but there was so much stuff.
So much to do.
I think we both have to tell you, Jesse, didn't need it all, but got it all
I texted
on
him.
Back-to-back days.
So good.
I mean, incredible. I mean, I'm hoping you get a chance to use that over and over again, but what are the odds that you get to use that twice in a row on game-winning home run calls?
Unreal.
Wild, right? I mean, like, it's one of those things that feels like it pops up every couple of years, maybe, like where it's like, all you need is the fly ball, right? And, or the ground out even, in some cases. And the guy hits the home run. And yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen that back-to-back games. And it was cool, I mean, it was neat because, the first one is a slam, and then for it to happen the very next day was just crazy. And I mean, the first one, like, it kind of like caught me off guard to some extent because it was like just so much of it, right? You're sort of anticipating the fly ball wins the game, right? And the outfield is in, so it's like, it's going to be over the guy's head. He's not going to even try and catch it in most cases. So you're like, from a radio standpoint, right? You have to sort of call what's happening. Is the guy going to go back and try and catch it? Is he going to even try and throw home? There's a lot that can or cannot happen there, that you might or might not have to describe. And then it was like, oh, this is going to be a home run. Oh, yeah, it's a grand slam. There's like a lot happening. And then the next day it happens again, and Sheets just hit the ever-loving hell out of that ball, which was just kind of a totally different thing. I mean, I want to talk about that for a second, too, because Gavin Sheets, both those home runs that night, I mean, that was Juan Soto territory where he was hitting those balls. Like, not a lot of guys in my time here have put balls out to where he was putting those balls. I mean, I saw Soto do it a few times. I've seen Bryce Harper do it once or twice. I'm trying to think of other guys that I've seen hit the ball out to where Gavin Sheets hit that ball, and I'm having a hard time coming up with any other names.
Schwarber?
I mean, that's, maybe, right? I mean, Schwarber did the other thing, which is like still the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life in the playoff game. But
I didn't know that was a possible thing.
I'll never forget it.
I was there.
I will never forget that shot.
I was there. It was awful.
Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I bring it up once a week to Tony. Like, still to this day, Schwarber going upper tank in the NLCS. Like, because of, like, we'll just be sitting there and I'll look up there. I'll be like, I still can't believe he hit it.
He got it up there.
Like,
Tony's like, I get
not
it.
Against the Phillies. Like, we'll be playing like any other team, and I'll be like, I'll just look. I'll be like, I still can't believe that guy hit it up there. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. But like, yeah, that right center, sort of like not, to straightaway right field, not to where the seats are, but kind of in between that Toyota Beach area and where the normal like grandstand is. Like, I still can't believe, that, I still just haven't seen many guys go out that way. And so the fact that Gavin Sheets is able to do it twice in the night at night is a pretty impressive show of feat of strength there. So it's a very good reminder of what Gavin is capable of. And it's nice to have a guy with that kind of thump in the lineup. It really is.
So give me your honest reaction, Jesse Agler, who joins us now on Ben and Woods, when you on Saturday saw the lineup come out. Now, you may have been privy to a lot of this information that we weren't, but when Fernando Tatis Jr. Started at second base, I had to field a live phone call from a Doomer friend. I had to answer a dozen DMs immediately. What is going on? Have we lost our mind? What's Stammen doing? Your thoughts when you saw Fernando Tatis Jr. at second.
So my first thought was, and I had a little bit of a heads up, but it was definitely not something I was on to, like, even in spring training.
Got it.
So my first thought was, man, I'm impressed they kept this a secret.
Yes.
Because, it's hard to keep secrets these days. And, I was around every single day at spring training, and I had no whiff of this at all. So I was kind of like, wow, good for them. They between Fernando and the coaching staff and the front office, like I had no sense that this was something they were kicking around at all. And as you kind of noted, like I often have a lot of sense of a lot of things that may or may not happen. And I had no sense of this whatsoever. So I was like, that's kind of cool that, they kept it as tightly wrapped as they did. And for very good reason, by the way. I'm glad they did, because, you maybe with this in particular didn't know you were going to do it until you really knew you were going to do it. So that's not something you want out in the universe, until you really pull the trigger, because it could go weird, right? If you decide not to do it and it's already been out there for whatever reason. So good job by them, kind of keeping it under wraps the way they did. And then, when I sat there and thought about it after I heard about it, and then after talking to a couple of people, and then after hearing from Craig, I totally understood where they were coming from. I very much appreciated all the perspectives around it. And, like you, I was inundated with messages and, even some of the people at the ballpark, who I sit around, and they were like, what are we doing? Like that was kind of the general gut reaction, knee jerk sort of thing. And, as I talked it out with a bunch of people, I feel like everybody I talked to kind of came around to like, okay, I kind of see where they're coming from. And, I think it's neat. I like stuff like this. And one of the things I said to people was, hey, and I mean this as a compliment, but it very much felt to me like this is something the Dodgers would do. This is something the Dodgers would do. And, like as much as we all feel, many of us feel the way we do about the Dodgers, like they know what they're doing up there.
Yes.
And, they're a team that has shown, this is going back, by the way, I don't mean the Dodgers of the last like 5 years. I mean, this is going back to like when they brought freaking Chris Taylor in, right?
Yep.
Like, and, they were not afraid to pigeonhole, or to unpigeonhole a guy and to be creative and to sort of, move some things around and to try some different things. So again, this isn't just Mookie the last couple of years. This is going way back, in this sort of run that they've had. And it's like, hey, if we have a little bit of a puzzle, we're not afraid to solve it creatively. And then, look, it's not going to be something that we see, I don't think, 50 times this season. Yeah. But, when the moment is called for, like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's not be afraid to be creative. And I like that, not being fearful of doing something a little bit different. And I think that sort of mentality, to me, is a winning mentality. And it also, and to me, this was my biggest sort of point of liking it, is it fits into the bucket of the early Manny off day and some of these other things that they're doing, where if you try to do this stuff in April, again, whether it's the Machado off day, whether it's putting Fernando at second base, whether it's, giving this guy an off day or getting that guy into the lineup, if you do all of those things enough early in the season, when you don't have to do them, it means that if you have to do them later in the year, they're not as weird. You're not kind of feeling like you're painted into a corner in July or August or September. Yep. If there's an injury or if something happens and you have to try and do these things, you have to try and get creative. It doesn't feel uncomfortable because you've already done them earlier in the year. And to me, that's like the most important piece of this, is that, okay, so let's say something happens in August and now all of a sudden you're forced to get creative. Hey, no big deal. We already did that back in April. We already did that back in May. And I think that's kind of like a really important way to set a tone for a season.
Talking to Jesse Agler, voice of the Padres here, his regular Tuesday segment on Ben and Woods. And I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about how the ABS challenge system kind of impacts how you're calling the games. We saw some early impacts. We talked about it. Tom Verducci, like less swing, higher strikeout rate, higher walk rate, lower batting averages now. Maybe some unintended consequences of ABS. Yeah. You're a sharp guy. You watch a lot of baseball. So far, do you feel like the Padres are effectively using their ABS challenges? Do they need to be more aggressive? I mean, what are your kind of just general thoughts now on how the Padres are doing with ABS?
It's hard to compare them to like other teams because I haven't seen enough of the other teams yet. We've only played 6 series or whatever it is, or 5 series. We haven't seen anybody twice. My general feeling on ABS is that I don't think any teams are being aggressive enough yet. I also think that there needs to be some tweaks to the system, and I think there will be in future seasons. One of the things I've heard that I really like the idea of, so how in the NFL with instant replay, inside 2 minutes of the second and fourth quarters, there's no more coaches challenge. It just comes from above, right? I think somebody suggested, I think it was one of the John Boy guys, 9th inning and beyond, you go full ABS, where the computer calls every pitch. And that way you don't have to worry about saving a challenge for the 9th inning or extra innings. And that way, so all the most important calls of the game are being called automatically. I'm not saying that's like necessarily the right call, but you start thinking about stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about gamifying the biggest calls of the game, right? Later on in the game, stuff like that. So I think, there's some thought that needs to be put into those kinds of potential ideas. But I do think there are opportunities to be more aggressive in bigger spots in the earlier or even middle innings, for some of these teams. I still believe that there are, more aggressive moments earlier in games, and that teams are probably in general still a little bit too conservative with it. But there's no doubt it's not necessarily, great for action, which is interesting because, we've spent the last 5 years really desperately trying to get more action into the game. But here's the thing, the way MLB has operated the last however many years you want to call it, they've been incredibly sort of progressive and open-minded with rule changes. And, they're happy to go through a year or two with a system and say, okay, we like this part of it, but we didn't like that part of it. So let's go ahead and try something else to sort of, hit on those unintended consequences, or to try and pull on a different lever to get a little bit of a different result. And they're trying a bunch of stuff in the minor leagues this year, different things in different leagues that they think can, help speed the game back up. Because, by the way, game time is creeping back up in a very real way. There's a couple teams, I checked this maybe 4 or 5 days ago, but there were a couple teams that were close to averaging 3 hours a game this year. I know it's early, but I mean, that is the last thing they want. So, you got game time creeping up, you got offense maybe coming back down. So they're gonna continue, I would imagine, to try and, pull levers to continue to make changes, to try and get it back to being the kind of game that they want it to be. I wouldn't be surprised if there were perhaps restrictions on outfield positioning at some point. I think they could get to 1 disengagement instead of 2 for pitchers stepping off. I think the pitch clock is probably going to be more strictly enforced at some point in the near future. None of this for this season, mind you. But I think, whether it's next year or the year after, putting lockout talk aside, obviously, I think those are all things you could see in the very near future as they try and continue to, sort of tweak everything to get it to be a style of baseball that they want it to be.
Love it, man. Jesse Agler. All right. First time ever here on Ben and Woods. Jesse's choice for the incorporator here. Now, our deviant co-host came up with both of these words today in his alphabetical theme. So we
have you figured out that I've gone alphabetical? We did A, then B, and now we're on the C's for week 3.
I have not realized that.
Yeah, it was early. I figured you'd catch on at some point. But with 2 C choices today, I think it was going to become pretty obvious what I was doing. So it's C week. And I suggested to Woods, he said, well, just give Jesse the choice.
Yep.
So here are your 2 choices. The first one is, Paulie.
Crampon.
Crampon. It's the boot spike if you're a rock climber or an ice rock climber that you kick in for a toe hold. That's called a crampon.
Obviously.
But if you didn't like that one, there was another kind of amusing one that I liked as well.
Clat fart.
Yeah, that
what
is
a choice that you get today.
Lucky you,
That's what we
Jesse.
call a win-win, huh?
yeah. That one, the definition is where I lost it.
I got it
is,
right here. It's
you
a
got-
gossip. Gossip.
Yeah.
A gossip.
Let's just go with crampon.
Crampon.
Okay, all right, perfect.
Crampon.
Done. There it is. There it is. Well,
Jesse's like, I've heard enough.
I've heard enough. Clap fart, by the way.
It's a real word.
It
though.
is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Great
it's-
word.
yeah.
Never
Yeah,
heard it
like-
before, but you learn that's what this program is for.
Like pointless.
What
gossip.
does it mean, just out of curiosity?
It's a gossip or to gossip. Like, you're
idle
such
chatter,
idle
nonsense,
chatter,
just
nonsense.
a bunch of
What's-
clat fart
That Ben
conversation
Higgins,
around.
he's such a
yeah.
clat
He's a
fart.
clat fart.
Yeah, you can
Right.
do either way.
Gossiping.
But we're gonna go with crampon.
Crampon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Enjoy.
Trying to get to the top of that mountain, baby.
That's right.
All
dude.
right, there you go.
That's
Hook
right.
in.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. Get your carabiners ready.
That's right.
Ah,
Look
we've got
at
lots
you.
of mountain climbing
That's a good
terminology
C word.
coming.
It is a
coming on-
great C word.
coming on the broadcast tonight.
Not my favorite C word, by the way, but definitely a good one.
Thank you, Jesse.
All right, we'll see you next Tuesday.
All right, buddy.
Jesse Agler, you can hear him tonight. Was that not what you meant? Because
I was like, good Lord.
He's unreal.
I was talking to Jesse. I think I missed.
Wow.
you'll hear him at 6:40 tonight. We've got the Reindl Report coming up next here on the Fan. Our thanks again to Jesse Agler for appearing on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bank Banking, it's Vedder.
He is something else.
He is something else.
I was just reading the sponsor.
Not you.
Not you. Jesse.
Jesse.
Yeah. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods, final hour of the program. I liked Jesse's idea about ninth inning.
Yeah.
Automatic ball strike challenge is just called by the robot at that point.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about, oh, this team would have won the game if they had a challenge left, but since they didn't, that umpire's call is going to be, hugely costly.
Eighth to ninth inning.
Yeah,
eighth and ninth
eighth
inning.
and
Like they do the NFL.
They
do the
just do it
fifth and
whole
sixth
game.
and seventh.
Hang on. The NFL, they do the last 2 minutes of both halves are, that's 4 minutes out of a 40-minute game. Like or 48, whatever they play. 60.
60 in football, 48 in basketball.
But like the eighth inning is high leverage. It's almost just as high leverage as the ninth inning at times. Why not just get it right?
All right, well then, by that logic, let's just get it right in the seventh, too, in the sixth.
Hey,
and the fifth,
I'm
and
not
the
arguing
fourth,
that
and the
they
fourth.
shouldn't. These umpires are terrible. Get the calls right.
Yeah, just get them right.
It doesn't take more than 3 seconds.
And would it be too vanilla? It's just everything was just perfect.
Every other sport, they do this. They review first quarter 3-point shots. Was his foot on the line or was it not? Let's get it right because this matters.
They do, but they don't do every one of them.
They do if they miss every one of them.
So part of my thinking is, in baseball, pretty much any situation that can happen is going to happen eventually. Saw it this last week when there was a pitch that was called a ball that looked like it was clearly a strike that Freddie Fermin caught, but the guy was stealing second. So instead of challenging, he had to throw down and didn't have a chance to challenge. And it's like, then they got the ball back and he goes, wasn't that a strike? And he goes, no, I called it a ball. Well, it's too late. You've already thrown down. It's been like 20 seconds. Like,
he has to decide either let the runner have the bag or steal
or challenge. And that shouldn't be right. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. But at some point, it's going to come down to a playoff spot last day of the season, and they're out of challenges, and you're going to have an umpire who blows 3 calls. Yeah. And they're not going to have any challenges left. Is anybody going to be happy about that outcome? Is Major League Baseball going to go, well, we told you the rules, so, you're going to have to live with our umpires' bad decisions? No, they're going to be mad, and everyone's going to say, we need to change the rules. We can't let this happen again. Why not for once make it so it doesn't happen in the first place? Because it's eventually going to happen, that a game is going to come down to a bad call and the team is not going to have a challenge left, and it's going to be a huge situation, and everyone's going to have the same outcry.
And they're going to wait.
The outcry will be, should have saved your challenge.
And then Major League Baseball will say, well, it's something we're going to address at the owners' meetings in November. And it's like, man, I would love if they went from 2 challenges to 3. And you don't have to wait until 2027 to do it.
No,
just do it now.
As Jesse said, game time's creeping up.
That's
not what baseball wants.
Not what they want.
So more challenges mean slower games a little bit.
Yep.
Although I don't think anyone minds the extra time for the challenges. We love the challenge moments. Those are fun.
Yeah, they are fun.
They're fun. We like them. We want more of them.
The extra time that bothers me is the 7 throwovers to first base, the 7 disengagement, the stepping out of the
we've
box.
Gotten rid of mostly.
Doing the, your batting gloves over and over and over. That's the stuff that slows the game down.
And another thing I was thinking about, so you just talked about the play where there was a runner stealing, so he had to make a choice. Do I go for the out at second or do I challenge? And you have a split second to make this decision. How come managers can sit there for 30 seconds with their hands up, waiting for their guys to tell them whether or not they can challenge, and yet 2 seconds goes by and it's too much for the catcher or the pitcher or the hitter?
I have no idea. Well, again, they don't want what the Astros did creeping into.
I understand that
into baseball. It's such a pickle, though. That play in particular is such a pickle.
Yeah.
Because again, a lot of times, man, you see the catcher turn around and go, What'd you call? Because the catcher jumps up to make the throw. He screens the umpire. Umpire doesn't see it. Yeah. Ball's down the middle. And, I don't know. What do you do?
Swan Diedrich in the chat says there's a certain level of entertainment and drama that is created by having a challenge or having used one and not having it. I guess, it's part of the entertainment value. And baseball, at the bottom line, is just entertainment for us.
Yeah.
And if they make it more entertaining, maybe that is a good thing.
Are you dipping into the
Reindl Report
entertaining
time.
part
All
of the
let's get to
Reindl Report.
Report. Sorry. And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Kalaw's Woods biting through his headphone cord like a rabbit.
Yeah, I was.
You're going to get electrocuted someday.
No,
buddy.
it's not plugged in. Good.
It's plugged into something.
Yeah, you're fine.
Good.
Yes.
Go ahead. We'll get started. Just a sad note that I wanted to start with
Okay.
here. Dickie V is going through it once again. Dick Vitale, who has beaten cancer not once, not twice, not 3 times, but at least 4 times. He is. His words were he's gone 4 for 4, and he's stepping away from ESPN once again. The 86-year-old is to fight another type of cancer, and he said he plans to go 5 for 5. 86-year-old. He got back to calling some basketball in the last year. There was a couple of moments this year where Charles Barkley, like now with all the ESPN and Turner and all the switchovers, he was able to finally call a basketball game with Dickie V. And like Charles Barkley, who's been around the game his entire life, was like emotional about getting the chance to work with Dickie V. He's just an icon in the game, man. We've had him on a few times. He's just the best. But he has, let's see, he said, I've beaten melanoma, I've beaten lymphoma, I've beaten vocal cord cancer, I've beaten lymph node cancer. I'm 4 for 4, and I'm fully confident that I'm going to make it 5 for 5. It said he had a recent biopsy that revealed he has a melanoma, a form of skin cancer in his lungs and his liver.
My God.
Yeah.
Wish him the best, man. He's great.
It's like every
He's like
18
one of the
months
greatest
now.
cancer fighters of all time.
No doubt.
At this point.
No doubt.
Yeah, that was a bummer, but important to get it out there, and didn't really.
I feel like there should be a maximum of 1. Like after you get 1 cancer, you shouldn't be allowed to get it again.
100%.
Yeah, no kidding. And especially after.
I mean, 0
4.
would be even better, but shouldn't be fair. Like 1 and you beat it, you're good to go for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bummer. We'll move over to the world of football. Got a story here of a kid who, let's see, his name is Freddie McGee III.
Okay.
And he's a former college and professional football player looking to keep the dream alive. He went to Eastern Michigan University, where he walked on as a defensive back. He then made it to the Arena Football League. And when his time was up there, he decided, I really want to keep trying to make it to the NFL. And I found a couple of different parts of the internet here that were a little bit split on whether or not this is a good move by this guy or kind of a pain. So what Freddie McGee III is doing is he is standing outside of, this was yesterday, he stood outside of the Detroit Lions practice facility at 8:45 in the morning. And he was standing outside with a sign and a message for Dan Campbell, the head coach, the king of grit, right? He says, this is grit. No agent, 14 INT, 25 is PBU pass blocks unassisted, 25 PBU.
Okay.
And the defensive player of the year in AFL.
Pass is broken up.
There we go. Need 1 shot. And so he is standing out there waiting for his chance to walk on and get a tryout with the Detroit Lions. And a Lions beat reporter, I believe for ESPN, he took a few minutes. He went outside on the street corner outside of the facility and he interviewed Freddie McGee. And here's what he had to say.
My name is Freddie McGee III, defensive back out of Eastern Michigan, local kid from Canton, Michigan, which may be 20 minutes down the road. I actually walked on and earned a scholarship at Eastern Michigan. Didn't get a shot coming out of college. Had to take the arena football route. 1 defensive player of the year in the AFL. Led the league with 14 interceptions and 25 pass breakups. Just came out here, man, to the Lions facility, try to get a shot. No agent. Always had to, kind of bet on myself and put myself up there. So
it's breaking up. It's hard to hear because of the traffic and the wind. But he is standing out there on the side of the road. And now, I kind of find myself torn because I go, man, I support the grind and the hustle, and he is doing whatever it takes to try to make his dream a reality. I totally get that. He's also kind of putting the Lions in a tough spot because they're going to catch wind of this story, of course. And if they don't give him a tryout,
then they're the
jerks,
right?
And if they do give him a tryout and cut him, maybe they look like the jerks as well. Dan Campbell, he's like, hey man, you say you'll take anybody that has enough grit. I'm telling you, I'm that guy. You're not even going to give me a chance. And people are like, I don't know if that's the right way to go about it either.
When you originally told me about the story, I went, oh, great, clout chaser, et cetera. It doesn't feel that way.
I don't think that at all.
After hearing him talk,
He seems like a good kid.
I don't feel like he's out there chasing clout. I feel like he's chasing an opportunity, and I kind of dig that. And I think I think Dan Campbell, man, I should give him a look. Why not? Throw him in some pads and say, hey, man, nothing's promised, but you wanted a shot. Here we go.
There's like 100 people invited to camp. If he just shows up, Willie Mays Hayes style. I don't remember a McGee on the list.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Carry his bed out to the street, back to the street corner after the first day.
It's hard not to pull for people like that, man. But yeah, give him a shot.
I mean,
he
had a shot. He was in the Arena League. If he was really good
they would have grabbed
in the
him.
Arena League,
He was the defensive player of the year.
All right.
I mean,
they have film on all these guys. Though.
Sure.
I mean, there's a reason why he isn't signed.
KG says attention-seeking behavior. I maybe a little, but I didn't get the sense it was for clout, and it's, if you don't do this, you guys are bad people. Just like, I'm looking for a shot here.
He didn't start an Instagram account, and he's like, hey, I'm going to do this every day until so-and-so follows me or gives me something.
Ultimately, there are strict limits on the number of guys you can sign in and invite to camp. So they sign this guy, they take the dream away from someone else.
Yeah.
Does he deserve it more than that person because that person wasn't standing with a sign outside the facility? I mean, I guess you can make the argument, but, pro sports, pro football, they want to make sure that they invite everyone that they think has a chance to help them. And if they don't think he has a chance to help them, why hasn't he done so yet? What did I miss?
Falling streak.
Sorry. My mic was off.
That got me.
All right.
Fantastic.
Well, we'll follow along with Freddie McGee III and see if he gets that tryout
Freddie.
or that invite. But I am pulling for the kid. He seems like he means well.
How old is he?
Let's
see.
I don't have his
AFL in 2023. He was with the Salina Liberty the 2 years before that. So he's
late 20s, mid 20s,
mid to late 20s. Yeah.
Not over.
Yeah, I'm trying to find an age. I can't find it here.
I mean, if you're the Lions, this is great PR.
You have to.
It's great PR. And it's
really
maybe
bad PR if you don't.
Yeah. But I can't just let everybody that's out here with a sign in. All right. I hope you guys understand
like
that.
drafting Johnny Manziel.
Right. Right. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, good for him.
All right. And then let's wrap it up. We briefly talked about it this morning, but we can get a little more in depth. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class has been announced. Now, I feel like we just did the nominations like 3 weeks ago.
No.
There's not much time in between, but like in baseball, they'll announce the nominees like a year in advance, and you got to wait until January to figure it out. But the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class was announced on American Idol last night.
Oh.
Can't believe you guys weren't watching.
Missed it entirely.
Let's see here. I really think we went through the nominees and there were a lot of dings and very few buzzes.
Yeah.
So I think everybody that made it in is a ding, but we'll go down the list. Iron Maiden.
Yes.
Now they got in after they've been eligible already for 22 years.
Unbelievable.
And they finally got in. So they don't have like in Major League Baseball the 10 years and then you're off. Joy Division New Order. They are in.
Yes.
Sade.
Yes.
Luther Vandross.
Yes.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes.
Billy Idol.
Nice.
Phil Collins.
Yes.
And a little band named Oasis.
Boom. I was very excited for all my Manchester bands there, the Joy Division New Order and Oasis. Big day for the Mancunians.
Other awards were handed out yesterday. Queen Latifah, Graham Parsons, Celia Cruz, Fela Kuti, and MC Light are being honored with the Early Influence Award. And Rick Rubin, the famous producer, he is among the recipients of the Musical Excellence Award. And then some of the artists that did not make the cut that were nominated this year: Lauryn Hill, Pink, The Black Crowes, Jeff Buckley, Melissa Etheridge, INXS, and Mariah Carey. all hoping to get in next time.
NXS is in there.
Yeah, November 14th is the ceremony.
Ceremony it takes place November 14th. It will air later in December on Disney Plus, I think.
Yeah, Liam Gallagher had previously said the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is for wankers. And then he said, well, I was speaking to my mommy last night when the news broke. She thinks I might have been a little hasty with my perception of the organization. She told me to stop being a D, go to the awards and behave. You never know who might enjoy it, which is great. Yeah, and he said that both he and his brother will be there.
I thought he said something like, it's reverse psychology.
It's reverse psychology, guys.
I say I don't even care about it.
I don't even care if I get it.
Then I get in. Boom.
I love it. I love it. Very happy. I saw Peter Hook from Joy Division New Order last night do his little acceptance thing on Instagram. It was really special. Dedicated it to Ian Curtis, all the fans out there that have supported both bands for years. It was cool. It was really, really cool to see.
You know, like kind of what goes into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame criteria? Is it albums sold?
I have no
is it
idea.
Longevity? Is it...
Eric, this is genius. He goes, it's funny how drugs keep you out of Cooperstown, but doing drugs is almost a prerequisite for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's true. Oh, you did your whole career clean and sober? Pass. We can't have you in
says
here.
You're clean. Yeah, we can't.
You know who's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Who?
Morrissey.
Not
in the Smiths either.
Really?
Yeah, neither have been inducted. Maybe they're worried that he won't show up.
Well, how do you have a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame you don't have the Smiths in it?
I know.
Insane.
I also like what changed for Iron Maiden.
I know
in
22 years. Furor, outrage, I think. I mean, they absolutely belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. My God, nobody did it like Iron
Feels
Maiden.
like there's always going to be tons of bands every year that can get in, but you can't.
You
can't
in.
have a ceremony of 100 bands, so you got to just parse them out every year and get another batch of 8 or 9 next year and keep working on that list.
You might be right, man. I love both bands a lot. He says the Smiths deserve to be in the Hall more than Joy Division. I'm right there with you. Like, I'm not.
I've only been nominated twice, 2015, 2016. That's
the
it,
Smiths?
The Smiths, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Just looked it up.
That is ridiculous. Makes no sense. No sense. All right, we got to get them back on the ballot. Know what I'm doing next year.
Lou Whitaker's not in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Which is insane.
Sometimes there's just some oversights.
Kenny Lofton's not in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely belongs. All right. Thank you, Paulie.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll take a time out. We get a baseball game finally to look ahead to tonight. Feels like it was a long off day yesterday. Padres Mariners look ahead to the pitching matchups of the series and more. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, I just heard, and the whole listening audience just heard Paulie drinking out of his jug, and he's got Eco Water in there. Yeah, you got Eco Water SoCal in that jug right now because I saw you fill it up here at the station. It's so nice to have it at home. It's
so good. It is so good.
It's quiet too when you do it.
Ask yourself if you're listening at your office, do you fill your water bottle up before you leave every single time because it's delicious Eco Water?
Me and Paulie in line yesterday to do it. That's how we roll here. Eco Water SoCal, we've got it in our home as well. The MVP of the Woods family, certainly wife and kids remain obsessed with Eco Water. You'd think that they'd be done talking about it, but they're not. These guys have been the best in the business since 1925. Over a century of perfecting the soft life. They'll come out and do a free in-home water test, which is kind of trippy when they do it. And they show you, hey, man, this is what's coming out of your sink currently. And this is what's infecting your pipes and things like that. So it's pretty nuts when they do that. It's really cool. No guesswork, just facts. Their new systems are top-of-the-line technology. Their smart leak monitoring, a whole home shutoff, financing up to 84 months. A no-brainer for you guys. So we live it every day in our home and at work. Your home deserves a win. 760-350-3338, 760-350-3338, or go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Better Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Didn't really talk about it. Could have been a don't do this on Monday. Sergio Garcia has released a statement apologizing for his outburst on the second tee box in the final round of the Masters. Did you see it?
I
Took
saw
a swing and then just started slamming his driver into the ground, and I think he kicked over like a water cooler or something. I mean, yeah. I mean, that would be unacceptable just on a normal like Saturday round at your local club, much less in the final round of the Masters on the second hole. Like, what could have gone so wrong? You get one bad shot on the second hole and you just lose your mind. He says, I want to apologize for my actions on Sunday at the Masters tournament. I respect and value everything that the Masters and Augusta National Golf Club is to golf. I regret the way I acted, and it has no place in our game. Doesn't reflect the respect and appreciation I have for the Masters, the patrons, tournament officials, and golf fans around the world. Just words. Doesn't really follow with any of his actions, though. Sergio's always been petulant and emotional in a bad way.
And he won the Masters, right? So he has a lifetime exemption to come and do that anytime he wants.
I'm sure they were very unhappy with him.
Oh, I'm sure.
I know it was reported. Whoever the powers that be at Augusta had some strong words for him in private, but you never hear publicly because that's not how they do things. There's the apology. He could have said sorry after the round. He blew off the media, didn't want to say anything about it, made it even worse. But that's Sergio for you.
Cover-up's always worse than the crime, my friend.
Yeah. All right, Padres Mariners. We got the EcoWater SoCal pregame show, 5:40 tonight. First pitch at 6:40. Jesse Agler has crampon as his incorporator word for the game tonight. And Brian Wu on the mound for the Seattle Mariners. Tough customer, as always, 1.50 ERA. Michael King for the San Diego Padres. Could be a nice pitching matchup in the opener to the 3-game series, which no longer apparently is the Vedder Cup, unless I have missed several announcements over the last few weeks.
No, I reached out to somebody in Seattle. Are they mentioning it at all up there? Like, you guys want it? And he goes, nah, they pushed it really hard last year. He said on their the Mariners local television broadcast, but they Root Sports or whatever went away. So he's like, I haven't seen much of it. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I was like,
I think it's dead.
I haven't heard anything about it.
I think it's dead, as it should have been. It was, did the bit.
I have no problem with it being dead.
Yeah.
I don't think it required an announcement that it was dead either. It's probably the right way to handle it. Just quietly let it die as opposed to some sort of release. Like, we are not doing the Vedder Cup this year.
I mean, we could pinpoint like the moment it died, right?
After
him wearing Cubs gear in the playoffs?
No, it was
probably dead.
That was the joke. That was always the joke. He's always been a Cubs fan.
Right.
So then they brought it and they're like, oh, instead of a funny Twitter joke, let's make it like an actual thing. And then they had like Eddie Vedder involved, and he was pretty uncomfortable, I think, with it, being that he's a Cubs fan. But yeah, I think that the C20 says they're talking about it a little, but the M's are sucking so bad. That's the focus.
I mean, it existed before last year in
on
online
social media,
among fans.
It was like a joke.
But then it became like a real thing.
Then they made it a real
trophy.
They made it a real thing with
charity,
a guitar and a charity.
There was a
Maybe
charitable
they made
aspect.
it a real thing just so they could get the fans to stop doing it the next year. Because now that they've done it, no one really wants to do it anymore.
But after making such a big deal about it all season long for both series, and then to see him at Wrigley Field, as expected, by the way, it's like it's him and Bill Murray. They're like the two biggest Cubs fans.
I do have PTSD over the Vedder Cup. You guys remember why? Maybe remember when I got chewed out?
Oh yeah,
by our former manager.
You wanted to offer him a Pearl Jam shirt.
Yeah, we had him on Friday, so it was before the first game, and I said, "Are you a Pearl Jam fan?" And I think I said, "I don't expect that you are," and he didn't answer it, right? And then, okay, well, that's the gravity of this series, right? And then we just got bodied. Did we win a game against them last year?
Maybe the last
one
or something. Yeah.
But I said, I got a T-shirt for you, and I did. And next time I was in the dugout, I go, hey, I forgot. This was after the series was over. I go, I forgot your Pearl Jam shirt, and he flipped his wig at me. I don't know that he wore a wig. He might have, but he flipped. Remember when he flipped his lid at me? And I was like, are you out of your mind? Like, what are you getting so upset about?
Pissed. He thought you were rubbing it in that they lost.
Which I wasn't. And I was like, I literally forgot your shirt.
It would be kind of funny if you were.
Right.
Just kind of giving him the needle.
Giving him the what for?
Like, oh, Vedder Cup's not doing so well. Oh, I forgot that shirt for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I know Eddie was involved in that charity, EB Research Partnership. They did that last year. It's great. It's a great thing.
That's great.
But
it was 1-5 in the Vedder Cup last year.
Yeah, that was tough. So they have the Vedder Cup, and it looks like that they're going to keep and retain that Vedder Cup
forever
and ever.
Now, if the Padres win this season's series, maybe the Padres reach out and be like, hey, we're still doing that,
We're
right?
doing this?
We won 4 out of 6.
Let's see how the games go this
Maybe
week.
It's a private ceremony now. If the Padres win, they just mail
Eddie Vedder a check
quietly back to San Diego when the guitar comes back.
Let's see what happens. And again, we'll tune in the broadcast tonight. They may be talking about it like crazy.
Seattle, obviously a team that was picked by many to win the AL West. They may still do so. Challenge for the World Series. Got off to a very slow start. They were 4-9 after their first 13 games. Pretty much everybody in their batting order was hitting under 200, including most of their star players. And then they recovered a bit over the last 4 days with a mop of the struggling Houston Astros. Right now, though, the hottest players in the lineup, Brendan Donovan, you mentioned, one of the newcomers, 311, hitting a little bit better.
Yeah, he's good.
Luke Raley's hitting in 294 as well. They both have 3 home runs. That leads the team, though. So just like the Padres, not a ton of power, not a ton of slug so far this season. Padres slug went way up in the last series against the Rockies. All right, let's take our final timeout. We'll come back, get into 10 o'clock, wrap things up on a Tuesday edition of Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open.
Tonight, 6:40, Benjamin. And, of course, everyone is waiting on pins and needles with bated breath to find out what's going to happen with Nick Pivetta. Is his arm going? Is he recovered? Is he going to be okay? Or is it, is there structural damage? I'm imagining, I mean, it's been a couple of days. You want to let the arm, I guess, calm down before you do some imaging. Is that the proper protocol?
Perhaps. I would
might
say,
have gotten some imaging yesterday.
Yeah, I would say in this case, no news is probably good news.
That's no way. I was going to say no news is bad news.
Oh, no. I think if they have anything definitive in the last 36 hours, it's bad news. You're not going to have definitive good news yet. Definitive good news comes after a week when he's feeling like, oh, I'm totally normal. I'm fine. We couldn't find anything. I'm not sure what's going on yet. Wait and see is probably the best you can hope for at this point. So I think no news is good news and definite news is bad news.
But you will need somebody to make a start for him if it is, even if it is, well, we're still going to wait and see. Well, we're still going to, we don't know anything yet. We're going to wait and see. Probably not going to make his next start. So you probably will have to go on the
technically, I believe, let me see if check the schedule. Matt Waldron could have been able to pitch today for the El Paso Chihuahuas if he was continuing his minor league rehab because he pitched last Thursday. So 4 days of rest would have been today. I'm not sure. I don't see a pitching matchup for El Paso tonight, but if he doesn't pitch in the next day or two,
that
you'd probably have a good idea that they're now saving him for Saturday, because if he pitched today, he wouldn't have enough rest to take Nick Pavetta's next scheduled start. So if you want to read between lines, keep an eye on El Paso's usage and whether or not Matt Waldron appears in a game either today or tomorrow against Reno. They're at home in El Paso this week against Reno the next 6 games.
I hope it's much ado about nothing, and he was, in fact, under the weather. But again, the old kind of, walk off the mound screaming into your glove doesn't say, I have a cold. Unless you're me and you have a cold, then you would absolutely scream into your glove.
And you'd always be chewing on something.
Always chewing on something or screaming into my glove. If
maybe even shedding a tear or two.
Potentially.
Like, you ever have a bad cold?
Yes, potentially.
Sucks.
Just want to please everyone. Just leave me alone.
I'm expecting he's day to day, and then by the end of the week, we'll
put him on the IL.
We'll get the bad news.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm expecting. That's what I'm conditioned to expect.
I think you'd be a foolish baseball fan if you weren't conditioned. And I mean that as a fan of the Reds, the Mariners, the Dodgers. I really do.
You've seen that walk off the mound.
Yes, you're
too many times to know what that was.
You're conditioned,
and it sucks.
And it is. It's really unfortunate. You wish these guys could. What would it look like if no pitcher ever hurt his arm? It'd be amazing. All your favorite guys make all of their starts and see who's really the best at the end of the year. But it is it's tough, man. I miss Joe Musgrove taking the ball every 5 days. And if you're missing Nicky P and Joe Musgrove, that's 2 dogs from your rotation right there, like big dogs. You got to figure out a way to manage that, weather that storm. So it's tough sledding ahead.
Yeah, there's only so much weathering the Padres starting staff can go through this season. And they're already pushing against some of those boundaries, which is not great since it's only April. Now, you get Griffin Canning back and rolling, and Matt Waldron looks like he has at spring training and AAA. Maybe you can weather a couple of injuries, even extended injuries. And then you figure it out at the trade deadline. You can acquire someone, that you think can help you going forward. So it's
an ace though. Like, that's the thing is, if you lose Nick Pivetta for the year, you have to replace him with an ace. It's ace for ace, and he is your probably game 1 starter in the playoffs. So you need to find somebody that you feel is a game 1 starter in the playoffs, and those guys don't grow on trees, number 1, and number 2, they're not very cheap to be had either. So you don't want a rotation full of question marks and reclamation projects to get you through 162, and you really don't want them for the playoffs. We've been there. We had the Manaea Clevenger, debacle. Nobody wants that anymore.
It's interesting because the news with the Padres starting pitching just since the start of spring has been wildly good and wildly bad.
Right.
The injury to Nick Pivetta, Joe Musgrove getting shut down and having to restart. The struggles early of German Marquez and Walker Buehler. And then the opposite, though, Randy Vasquez, Walker Buehler's latest performances, Matt Waldron bouncing back and looking fantastic. Good news, in the Griffin Canning front. There's been some really opposite, new news stories that have come out about the Padres rotation since the start of spring training. And it's one bad news, one good news, bad news, good news.
The roller coaster, so to speak.
It is a roller coaster. All right, we need to check traffic. Wrap things up, maybe a topic wheel spin.
Got some fresh topic wheel topics.
To finish things out here with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Aller.
Caltrans Asset Management reminds you that work continues this weekend on southbound 805 and right now northbound 805 at 8th Street jammed. 3 right lanes are blocked with a collision. Caltrans Asset Management work continues this weekend on southbound 805 with the closure of all lanes from the 5 and 805 split to Governor Drive on April 17th at 9 p.m. to April 19th at 5 a.m. Expect delays and use Interstate 5 for travel south of Sorrento Valley. I'm Sue Aller with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
What is the most annoying driving habit?
From someone else?
Like, yeah, what drives you insane?
I was just thinking about this
Sunday
yesterday.
drivers, man, right here. Slow and the fast. That's it.
I hate that too, actually.
Beat it.
I try to at least be aware
You're a middle
of being
guy.
in the middle or
You're a middle
if I'm
guy.
not going fast.
I follow you home a lot.
Happened yesterday to me. I am a very calm individual for the most part. Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Calm.
Too calm. Yes.
Too calm. Almost robotic.
Minus
Not
the
almost.
There's one thing that makes me homicidally mad
wow.
on the roads.
Save that.
I would like to strangle every person who does this. It's almost irrational how mad I get. And it happened to me yesterday.
Okay.
You know, when you're getting on the freeway.
Yes.
And it's a metered on ramp. And some of them are 1 car per green and others are two. Cars per green. And if I'm behind a lane that's 2 cars per green, but only 1 car goes, I just get so mad. Like, it's 2 cars. It's not 1. We're waiting here for no reason.
It says right there on the sign.
It says right there. It gives you a yellow, so you have time for 2 cars to go. And I'm sitting back here waiting. It's like, not 1 car, it's 2. That makes me insane.
Yeah, they lock up their brakes and slam on their brakes for that yellow light.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro,
It's 2
you-
cars
2
per
cars.
green. 2 cars. 2, not 1.
You don't just whip over to the HOV lane for a second, blast
No,
past,
that
run
would-
the red light, and get in front of everyone?
That would be unethical. I wouldn't do that. I just see that the person who didn't go on the second car of 2 cars per green.
That's
I
crazy.
did not know we were going to get him going.
I
like
didn't
that.
either. I'd never
kinda
seen
like
him
it.
this upset. I like that. It's good to know you have it in you.
It's the only thing.
That's like, that's true.
That's it.
That's true. That is the only thing. Go ahead, Paulie. You have one?
Really, I mean, it's the slow drivers, but it's like the slow mergers. Like
Slow
when you're trying to
merging
get
is-
onto the freeway and you're doing
Dude, go, we're gonna
36
die.
miles an hour, I'm like, let's go.
We are all gonna die if you don't get up to 70. There's a reason that you're you have to.
It drives me nuts.
You're going slow. I'm looking at my rear view. I see cars locking up, and they're like, "Oh God, some guy's trying to get on, and he's going 45 miles an hour." You're like, "We're all gonna die because of you." You gotta punch that thing. Like in NASCAR, when they get back in the race, they don't go slow until there's an opening. They haul ass until they get in there, right? Can you imagine the NASCAR guy going around going, well, I think I see an opening here. Now I'll gun it. No. You get up going as close to top speed as you can, and then you merge in. Oh, it makes me nuts.
How about when you're getting on the freeway and the person in the second lane just matches your speed?
Yes.
So you can't.
You're like, hey.
You can't merge on. Like,
You know
try to
where
go
I
faster,
am.
they go faster.
Yes.
You slow down. It's like, please, what are you
Yes.
doing? You know I need to get over.
I often get caught in that where I am the one in the middle lane where I'm like, I have to go ahead of this guy as he's trying to merge. I can't, like, I get in, and I always feel bad, but man, I've never seen you so fired up.
Mm-hmm.
I think you were more mad about that than when the Chargers left.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's not that rational, but the math of it, I do the math. Like if I am, 6th in the lane and I go, this is going to cost me an entire extra cycle of waiting to
No
get
doubt.
on.
No
and
doubt.
some of those have like 3 lights. There's the 2 lanes and the HOV lane. So you're just
It's like
waiting
9
a whole
seconds.
nother
There's
one.
no
through.
doubt. I mean, and
Secondarily, if you're approaching a green light at a big intersection and there are slow cars in front of you and like, it's going to turn yellow. If you don't make this green, we may have to wait the entire
whole cycle.
3-minute cycle, and you are not going to make it because you're not at least giving it a little extra to get to the green. That is inefficient. I do
I'm
not
with
like
you.
inefficiency.
No, you don't. One more time. Good job.
Thanks.
What is a food that everyone ruins by overcomplicating?
Bacon.
Mac and cheese.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese is a good answer, too.
Yeah. Enough.
I will say
Enough's enough.
I don't mind a good mac and cheese, but
Well, I mean,
it doesn't need 14 different ingredients on top of it,
Right.
like toppings on mac and cheese.
14 different cheeses.
Yeah.
Like, let's just do what it is.
I mean, I go places now and it's like the chili bacon, the peppered bacon, and the maple bacon. It's like bacon's just good. Like you don't need to do anything.
They
to
just
bacon
put it
to
on
make
too much
good.
stuff, in my opinion.
That also.
Dude, it happened again. My house the other night. Talking to my therapist about it, I go, there's no good reason that you're cooking this right now other than to, and it gave me like a headache. I know I'm crazy. I know everyone said that I'm nuts with this bacon smell thing. It's a real thing. It enraged me. And I go, I'm going to start smoking cigarettes in the house. It would be the same thing to me if I said to you, who doesn't like the smell of cigarettes, I know this bothers you. I don't care.
Can your kids get sick from secondhand bacon, though?
No, they can't. They can't. All right,
That's
I'll
not
start
exactly
smoking in our room, in bed, at night.
Huh?
You hate the smell, right? It drives you crazy. Great. Just blast heaters in my bed. Little ashtray next to me. It really gets to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I was traumatized as a kid or something, but the smell is so pungent and so powerful that it messes with my entire brain.
The toasts, like breakfast toasts.
Oh, you don't mess with the toast.
Just putting so many things on avocado.
No,
I mean, I'll eat like avocado on toast, but don't put 17 other things on it, like pine nuts and pickled onions. And
I just like a little butter and jelly on mine, dude. I'm
Right.
good.
I think we're starting to get away from it as like a society here the last few years, but I would have said a few years ago, I would have said burgers. And there still are places that are way too over the top.
We got 3 fried eggs, 2 pork bellies, peanut butter. We got jelly
rack
on
of
there. We got
ribs.
ranch
And some onion rings.
a rack of ribs on a burger.
Like, oh, this one has a full filet mignon on the patty.
I remember
and it's drizzled in ranch.
I remember going to I think it was Slater's 50-50. And they're like, here, Woodsy, try this. And it was 4 feet tall. And I was like, I can't even eat. I got to eat this with a fork.
Now, I know places will still have these ridiculous burgers. I pass every single time. You're like, that's too much. However, I have also noticed that over the last handful of years, it feels like there's been a rise of the smash patty.
Smash
and
burger.
My God, have they figured it out with smash burgers? They are so good. I don't really know why they
Elisa
are.
nails it. I hate a tall ass burger. I can't fit it in my mouth.
I saw that Copper
like
Kings one I had
pushing the
yesterday
bun
was
down.
perfect
Yeah.
size.
Yeah, if you have to get your meal and go,
And you still can't like take a bite. Come on, what are we doing?
good.
Jocelyn Bloody Marys with like
Never liked them, but I've seen
700
shrimp in it. And like, I've seen
one that have little hamburgers.
hamburgers
like,
in
stuck in it.
rack of ribs. It's so good. Keep it simple, stupid is always a great.
Yeah.
You know what I loved about the place we went the other day, San Diego Brewing Company?
Yeah.
For the kids, they had Kraft mac and cheese, the old school Kraft mac and cheese.
Not CRAFT, KRAFT.
My kids barely ate it. I
No.
just wolfed the whole thing
Of course
down.
you did.
It was great.
At least you got the name right for once. All right,
Oh,
that's
sorry
it.
about that.
We will be back tomorrow with the Padres, hopefully wrap up, going for a 6th straight win. Braden and Frank coming up next. For executive producer Paulie Reindl, Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Tuesday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.